General, Fasodo, Sydney Shoka, Hillary, and Kuala Wole are ready to serve you.
I know you're gonna dig this.
While having lunch. So hook them up every day, Mondays to Fridays, on ITV Lunchtime Break Series, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and get your minds blown.
It's a night of the supernatural. Get ready to be launched into a greater level as Christ Embassy presents a night of bliss with Pastor Moses Olayemi, guest artists Sinaj, Eben, Joe Praise, Frank Edwards, P.U., Victor Ike, Your Flames, and the Christ Embassy Mass Choir. Date Friday the 18th of March 2016. Time 6 p.m. till dawn. Venue the Main Bowl Samuel Ogbunudia Stadium, Benin City, Edo State. Come prepared, come excited, and you will be set on a course into a life of ever-increasing glory. Remember, one word from God can change your life forever.
Night of Bliss Benin Free Transportation Pickup Points, Ologbo, Ajip, Santana Market, Ring Road, Oka Market, BIU, Siloko by 5 Junction, Ekenwa Road by Radiawa Junction, Uniben by Main Gates, Agbo Park, Aduawa, Ogida Barak, Giwamu, Water Resources, ADP Junction, Asoro Junction, Oko Central, Trade Fair, Etete, Ramat Park, Ihama by Mat Ice, NNPC Depot Ekenwa Barak, and New Benin by UBA.
Word without communication. Also, imagine communication without quality, durable and affordable mobile phones. Certainly, that word is a word of darkness and a meaningless word. K Ultra Communication don't bring to you cheap, affordable, and durable mobile phones to make that communication day effective and reliable. For K Ultra Communications, we get to forestall latest phones like Sony, Infinity, Samsung, Nokia, Tecno, Gioni, Opsin, Grete, Winco, and many more, where we they get to directly from the manufacturer. K Ultra Communications, we they dependable to meet your needs for mobile phones and all in accessories. Buy cheap, buy rest of mind, buy good phone for K Ultra Communications, where they inside post office for Airport Road, beside Oba Akenzwa the Second Cultural Center. Telephone
081-519-55554.
or 0703-47300-07. K Ultra Communications, the place to buy better phone.
Do it yourself. We don't come with our Ogbonge program where ITV don't put together to teach you how to become Oga of yourself. We go teach you now how to do the following things: bar soap, toilet soap, liquid soap, ice cream, yogurt, pineapple, and all kinds of juice, chalk, candle, hair shampoo, hair relaxer, tie and dye, paint, hair cream, and body cream, hair pig, rabbit, snail, grass cutter, and fish. We want train our women how to make cinnamon hats, fish nets, feather hat. This workshop will take place for Glass House, Airport Road, and the day will go happen now
23rd and 24th of April 2016.
Will be Saturday and Sunday. To take part for this workshop, now check Kele money will be 500 naira. Now you go take collect the form, and 5,000 naira. Now you go pay to do the training. My brothers and sisters, now do.
Hello, it is Baby Harvest again, a meeting where God releases babies to waiting parents. I want to invite you, if you are married and you have been waiting to have your own baby, join me in the next 12 weeks. It's going to start on the 12th of March, 6 o'clock every Saturday morning. 12th of March to 28th of May. I want you to be a part of it. Don't forget, every Saturday from 12th of March to 28th of May. 6 o'clock in the morning, as I minister to you with my numerous ministers and doctors. This year, you must testify. Venue is 21 Adesua Grammar School Road, GRA, Voice of Freedom Ministries. Join us, because God is ready to take away tears and cause you to rejoice and cause people to rejoice with you. God bless you.
The Steward Security Services Nigeria Limited brings to you yet another groundbreaking security application technology, the Steward Security app on your phone and mobile devices. Yes, the Steward Security app helps you call the police emergency numbers of different locations and regions wherever you are. Send an emergency SMS to the Steward Security Call Center, which automatically gets your current location where the SMS was sent in the event of a kidnap or phone theft. Call ambulance and fire services under extreme emergency situations. And that's not all. You can also track your assets of all sorts to the exact location of your vehicles. So, you see, it's an all-in-one security app that helps in the security and safety of your assets. Download the security app on Play Store or App Store on your Android, iPhone, and other mobile devices and enjoy quality security services from us. Call us on 0805-759-7981 or visit our website for more information. The Steward Security app. Security, our business.
What makes a great street is what you put into it. Quality ingredients, fresh, prime, and tasty. It's about the craftsmanship, the finesse, the appeal. Yeah. Oh, why what? OY Takeaway will blow your mind away with tasty, yummy, and scrumptious snacks, pastries, cakes. Eat well and good. All kinds of Nigerian, continental, Chinese foods. Take a bite of our sandwich burger, shawarma, OY fresh bread, and yummy ice cream. Every day, all day long. OY Takeaway. Simply yummy. 12 Adesuwu Road, opposite Zone 5, Police Headquarters, Benin City. Call 0708-642-7778. OY Takeaway. Take me away. Simply yummy.
My name is Joe Praise. So excited to let you know that I will be live in Benin City on the 18th of March 2016 at the Sam Ogbe Media Stadium for Night of Bliss with the man of God, Pastor Moses Olaimi. There's one thing that I know very well that will happen to everyone that will come in there that night. I was at the night of agreement with Pastor Moses in January, and my personal life was altered. My life could be changed. I'm so sure that God will do even more for somebody who can believe what I'm saying right now. Whatever it is, what is required of you is to find yourself down there on that day. It starts for 6 p.m. Okay, 6 p.m. Make sure you're there on time. To be a night of blessings, miracle, and signs and wonders. You can never be the same again after the 18th of March. God bless you. I love you.
On the world news, European Union agrees joint position on migrant crisis in Turkey. North Korea fires ballistic missile into sea. And ex-military ruler Pervez Musharraf leaves Pakistan after travel ban lifted. A very good afternoon. Many thanks for joining me. Here is the World News on Independence Television, live from Benin City, Nigeria. I am Ugochukwu Bamidele. Now, do remember you have a role to play in the fight against Lassa fever. Ensure your environment is clean and rodent-free in order not to fall victim. Play your part. Edo State Police Command says it has commenced investigation into circumstances surrounding the burning to death of a landlord at Owa Street, Benin City. The police public relations officer, DSP Abiodun Osifo, made the remark while speaking on the incident. Patience Hussein Wobo has the details.
DSP Abiodun Osifo said the tenant whom the family accused of killing late Pa Joseph Inye of house number 53 Owa Street between 2nd and 3rd East Circular Road has been transferred to the Criminal Investigation Department of the Command for proper investigation. DSP Osifo, who also said the suspect is helping the police in the investigation, called on the family members of the deceased to be calm, stressing that the police will ensure justice is done at the end of the case.
The suspected tenant, who is alleged to be responsible for the act, is in police custody, helping out in the investigation. And as soon as we are through with our investigation, we'll make it public. But you are aware that this is a capital offense. Suspected murder cannot be investigated at the divisional level.
He explained that a pathologist has been contacted on the incident to ascertain the cause of the death of Pa Joseph Inye, who was allegedly burnt to death by a tenant in his compound. On Wednesday this week, Pa Joseph Inye was discovered burnt to death in his compound at number 53 Owa Street between 2nd and 3rd East Circular Road, Benin City. Patience Usayomabo reporting.
Mixed reactions have continued to trail the proposal by Nigeria Universities Commission that would see students willing to study medicine spend 10 to 11 years in the university. Ikmamusa Ogiagbe reports that while some doctors and other members of the public express reservation, medical students kicked against the idea.
Reacting to the statement credited to the Executive Secretary of Nigerian Universities Commission, Professor Julius Okoje, some medical doctors, including the Vice President, Commonwealth Medical Association, Dr. Osahon Enabulele, and Dean, School of Medicine, University of Benin, Professor Moses Momo, expressed mixed feelings. While Dr. Enabulele and Professor Momo criticized the move, Dr. Jolly Nosa Iguma supported the idea.
It's a convulsive matter, no doubt, because of course, we have a lot of people who have the intention of reading medicine, and to hear of this kind of proposal is enough to make them convulse. So it's something that touches on the sensibilities and sensitivities of not only the practitioners of medicine and dentistry, but of course even Nigerians, especially parents who wish to have their wards studying medicine.
The medical education is regulated by Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, as well as the National Universities Commission. Both bodies must agree. As we speak now, the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria has not accepted even the 7-year program, not to talk of the 11-year one. But the 11-year one is obviously a mistake. There's nothing like that.
Spending much time in school to really learn what medicine is all about, we help the student to be, to set up psychologically, and also, to treat them so that they can have the well-being and well without what, the medical practice is all about. In fact, it's a worker development.
On their part, some members of the public opined that the move could be a way of raising standards in Nigeria to meet with the developed countries where students take first degree in sciences before taking a course in medicine.
Don't be out of place. Nigeria is not learning on what it ought to be. Even in America, so you don't go to medical school directly. You must have a first degree in relevant discipline before you go for medicine. So I'm sure that's what Nigeria is trying to copy now. We are talking about medicine. People that deal with lives. It's not meant for juveniles.
Somebody who has a child who is to study medicine for 10, 11 years, maybe at the age, the child, let's say for those who will get admission at the age of 2022, you know the age at which that child will be leaving school when you add 11 years to it. And the child by then is supposed to have been doing one thing or the other to assist members of the family, as we usually will have it in Africa. So if they are to be debarred from doing all that, then there must be a kind of motivation that exists somewhere.
However, some medical students from various universities in Nigeria condemned the proposal, pointing out that the 6 years presently being done are sometimes prolonged due to strike.
The 6 years, we believe, is adequate enough for students to learn what is necessary for undergraduate training. So 11 years to us is too long.
It's terrible, really. I don't think you should elongate the number of years we stay here due to the fact that we don't really get enough or adequate education. If you want to really impart a good education into us, you should try as much as possible to attend to the needs of the doctors and try as much as possible to eradicate strike.
The Nigerian Universities Commission is yet to come out with the details of the proposal. Ikmomosa Ugiagbe reporting.
And Ondo State government has banned Fulani herdsmen from bringing in their cattle to Akure metropolis for grazing. The ban was announced at the meeting between the State Commissioner for Environment and stakeholders in the state. The report filed by Ondo State correspondent is presented by Roslyn Eworame.
The aims to ensure peaceful coexistence among the ethnic groups in Ondo State, as well as ensure safety of lives and property, informed the decision of the state government to place the ban. Conveying the decision of government to all stakeholders who were at the meeting to complain of the hardship the activities of the herdsmen brought upon them, Ondo State Commissioner for Environment, Barrister Shola Ebisheni, said the ban will ensure restriction of cattle intruding on farms to eat up and destroy crops. The Commissioner also lamented the incessant attacks on farmers and other property owners who confront the herdsmen, adding that if the excesses of the herdsmen are not curbed, it would throw the state into crisis.
Cattle breeding is a trade. And we're trying to enjoin members, and I think we have an agreement to that extent that we should explore the possibility of registering both the cattle owners and the cattle and give them some identity in such a way that when there is an infraction somewhere, they are easily identifiable.
Other stakeholders who were at the meeting to narrate their experiences with the herdsmen appealed to the state government to urgently address the situation as their means of livelihood have been adversely affected. The stakeholders include farmers, management of Akure airports, and some landlords from some estates at Igbatoro.
So they cannot
move down from the market to where they will graze them and come back. Before the cattle will walk out from the market down to the bush, there are so many problems along the road.
Nomadic cattle grazing cannot be accommodated in Ondo State. Relocating them from the present site to Usho is transferring the problem from that place to Usho. Because people at Usho, they are predominantly farmers.
The problem remains the same. As of yesterday, about 30 or 40 cows still move along the airport premises, one near the Porters area.
Other recommendations made to curtail the activities of the herdsmen were regular meeting of stakeholders and the relocation of cattle outside Akure metropolis. Roslyn Eworame reporting.
International gospel ministers performing tonight at the Night of Bliss Benin with Pastor Moses Olayemi have arrived Benin ahead of the program. Sonny Duke Kosun, who covered the arrival at the Benin airport this morning, reports that it was carnival of some sort.
What is that?
All right. Come take a picture of us.
The Arik plane conveying the international gospel artists, namely Sinach, Eben, Joe Praise, PU, and Victor Ike touched down at the Benin airport at about 9 o'clock this morning. Members of Christ Embassy Benin who were colorfully dressed, as well as a cultural dance group, were on ground at the VIP lounge of the Benin airport to give a rousing welcome to the music ministers performing tonight at the Night of Bliss Benin with Pastor Moses Olayemi. In a chat, the international gospel artists, including Sinach, Eben, Joe Praise, PU, and Victor Ike, who were overwhelmed by the reception at the airport, said the Night of Bliss Benin with Pastor Moses Olayemi is a program specially designed by God that will totally transform the lives of the attendees, and urged the people of Edo State not to miss the program for anything.
The best thing that can happen to anybody when you get a revelation of who God is. There will be music, there will be the word, and there will be everything that you need. In the presence of God, anything is possible. So Benin City, I think everybody should come out. If you're missing this program, you're going to be missing a lot. So just come out and let's worship God like never before.
God's presence will be available tonight. Into that stadium tonight, we'll go back different. So I'm expecting the miraculous. I'm expecting an atmosphere of worship, an atmosphere of the word, an atmosphere of transformation for everyone.
The anointing of God is going to be heavy tonight. Wherever you are, just make sure you're there. It's celebration all the way. That means the sick will stand up and celebrate. That man who doesn't have money in his pocket will celebrate. That, depressed will celebrate. Everybody will celebrate. By the time we're leaving tomorrow morning, it's going to be awesome. Benin City, living water is in the house. Correct. Meaning that miracles is going to rain down all over the stadium. Great and mighty things, the praise and the worship, the dancing, the lifting up of holy hands to God. It will be a sign and a wonder in this land, whereby nobody that comes to this stadium, for the program, that of Bliss, shall go back the same. I am here. Jesus is in the house.
Anything I know that Pastor Moses is a man of the Spirit. This meeting is not organized by man. It's not man's idea. It means that the heaven is as at attention tonight. So tonight, Benin has the attention of heaven, and it's the night of bliss. It means that there will be testimonies, there will be miracles, signs, and wonders. Come expecting to collect your miracles, signs, and wonders. It's not just a meeting. This meeting will mark the beginning of a new day for certain people tonight.
Night of Bliss Benin holds tonight at the Samuel Ogbemudia State of Benin, beginning at 6 p.m. till dawn. Free transportation arrangements are available at Ring Road, Ajib Junction, Santana Market, Ogida Barak, Ramat Park, BIU, Siloko by 5 Junction, Uniben by Main Gate, Agbo Park, ADP Junction, Asoro Junction, Ekenwa Road by Rijawa Junction, NNPC Depot, Ekenwa Barak, New Benin by UBA, Oka Market, Aduawa, Giwamu, Water Resources, Oko Central, Trade Fair, ATT, Ihama by Mount Ice, amongst others. Sonny Duke Okosun reporting.
And an army officer simply identified as Major Luke and a soldier were yesterday shot dead on the waterways of Abonima, Kalabari, the headquarters of a Kukutoro local government area of Rivers State, by people described as thugs. The thugs reportedly opened fire on the soldiers, injuring 5 others. The attack came ahead of tomorrow's legislative rerun across the 23 local government areas of the volatile Niger Delta State. The Assistant Director, Army Public Relations 2 Brigade, Nigerian Army Port, Captain Eli Lazarus, who confirmed the barbaric act, which heightened tension in the state, revealed that the soldiers were in pursuit of the criminals whom he said would surely be apprehended. Also yesterday, gunmen stormed Ngwetamwo in Emoha, local government area of the state, where the Rivers East senatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Chief Andrew Uchendu hails from. killing and beheading a 28-year-old man identified as Ukoma. The gunman, to sources, abducted another resident. This is the World News live from Independent Television, Benin City, Nigeria, and still to come. European Union agrees joint position on migrant crisis in Turkey. And don't forget, you can watch ITV live online just in case you're stepping out right about now via www.itvradionnigeria.com/live via all internet-enabled devices. The stay tuned, will be right back after this time. Many thanks for staying with me. I am Oguchukwu Bamidele and you're watching the World News on Independent Television, Benin City. Luxembourg's Prime Minister says European Union leaders have agreed a joint position to put to Turkey in an attempt to reach a deal over the migrant crisis. He said the common EU position would be put to Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu today. And Kiruka Najemba has details.
Under initial proposal, the European Union has suggested it would double financial aid to Turkey promised last year, make a fresh push on talks over Turkey's eventual membership of the European Union, and offer visa-free travel to Europe's Schengen states. However, those proposals have since been watered down, lowering expectation on greater financial help and talks on European Union membership and linking visa-free travel to 72 conditions to which Turkey must agree. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said that Turkey had to meet international standards of protection for all migrants. She said that the legal resettlement of Syrian refugees could start a few days after the first return from Greece. She added that the European Union needed to start returning migrants from Greece to Turkey to avoid a push factor creating a surge of migrants before the new system takes effect. Lithuanian president has warned that the plan to return people to Turkey is on the edge of international law and difficult to implement. Meanwhile, tens of thousands are now stuck in Greece as their route north has been blocked. Ingba reports.
And Saudi Arabia has said its military coalition will scale back operations against rebels in Yemen. The US-backed coalition of mostly Arab states began airstrike a year ago in support of Yemen's internationally recognized government. A Saudi military spokesman said the coalition would continue to provide air support to Yemeni forces. The announcement came as the death toll from a strike on a market this week doubled to more than 100. And North Korea has fired a ballistic missile into the sea. South Korean and U.S. officials say the missile launched off the east coast flew about 800 kilometers and fell into the water. North Korea has not commented on the report. Meanwhile, U.S. President Barack Obama earlier imposed new sanctions on Pyongyang after its recent illicit nuclear test and satellite launch. His executive order freezes North Korean government property in the United States. It bans U.S. exports to or investment in North Korea and also greatly expands powers to blacklist anyone, including non-Americans, dealing with North Korea. The 6th of January nuclear test and 7th of February satellite launch were violations of existing UN sanctions. And moving ahead to Pakistan, where former military ruler Pervez Musharraf has left Pakistan to seek medical attention in Dubai days after the Supreme Court lifted a travel ban. His lawyers say he needs urgent spinal treatment unavailable in Pakistan. Mr. Musharraf returned from self-imposed exile in 2013 to fight elections, but soon found himself fighting an array of charges relating to his time in power. Before he left, the former president said he would return to face all pending cases against him. The charges relate to the former general's imposition of a 2007 state of emergency and the assassination of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto the same year. Mr. Musharraf, aged 70, denies all the charges and has called them politically motivated. Moving ahead to the South American country of Brazil, where a judge has blocked the appointment of ex-president Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva as Chief of Staff to his successor, Dilma Rousseff, shortly after he was sworn in. The judge's injunction said there was a risk of a federal investigation could be derailed if Lula was a minister. Sharon Ajayi has the details.
Yesterday, Judge Moro made public a taped phone conversation between President Rousseff and Lula, which has been interpreted by some to show that Lula was given the post of Chief of Staff to shield him from prosecution. President Rousseff said Judge Moro had violated the law and the Constitution by releasing the tape and that she would order an investigation. Lula's nomination as Chief of Staff has divided Brazilians. Ahead of the swearing-in ceremony, groups of supporters and opponents of the government clashed outside the presidential palace. Lula is under investigation in connection with a corruption scandal. The government has appealed against the decision. Also, Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff herself is under considerable political pressure. Her critics want to impeach her over allegations she manipulated Brazil's account books to hide the growing deficits. Today, members of the lower house of Congress approved the creation of a 65-member committee to look into the ongoing impeachment. It will examine the issue over the next few weeks and make a recommendation on whether Ms. Rousseff should or not be impeached. The final decision on her political future will be taken by the Senate. Analysts say she named Lula Chief of Staff so he could use his influence with members of Congress to convince them to vote against her impeachment. The political turmoil comes at a time of economic problems, with Brazil going through its worst recession in more than 3 decades. Sharon Ajayi reporting.
And Chile's lower house of Congress has approved a proposal that lifts a ban on abortion in case of rape when there is health risk for the mother or where the fetus is not viable. The draft, which was submitted by Michelle Bachelet's government, needs Senate approval to become law. Despite being predominantly Catholic, Chile allowed abortion until 1989, but the practice was banned by General Augusto Pinochet in one of the last acts of his military government. The government, which tabled the bill 14 months ago, managed to get the support of some members of the conservative Christian Democrats. Chile is one of 7 Latin American countries where there is still a total ban on abortion. The others are El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Suriname. Only Cuba, Guyana, Puerto Rico, and Uruguay allows abortion in cases other than rape or threats to a woman's health. In 2012, Uruguay's Congress voted narrowly to legalize abortions during the first 12 week of pregnancy. In Mexico, only Mexico City has legalized abortion during the first 12 weeks. And taking you straight to the U.S. state of Los Angeles, where an electrician has died after falling 53 stories from a construction site in the city. Police say the man struck the rear of a car on Wilshire Boulevard when he fell. It was reportedly the man's second day working on the project. The man died at the site. The building is said to be the tallest building on the U.S. West Coast when completed. And that's the size of our package on the news. But just before we go, a quick reminder. Remember, Lassa fever is real. And so ensure you play your part. Make sure your environment is clean and rodent-free so you don't fall victim of the deadly virus. You've got a role to play. Now, to end the news, a look again at our major stories. Luxembourg's Prime Minister says European Union leaders have agreed a joint position to put to Turkey in an attempt to reach a deal over the migrant crisis. North Korea has fired a ballistic missile into the sea. Pakistan's former military ruler, Pervez Musharraf, has left Pakistan to seek medical treatment in Dubai, days after the Supreme Court lifted a travel ban. And that's the news. On behalf of the news producer, Nkiruka and Ajemba. I'm Ugochukwu Bamidele. Have yourself a very fantastic Friday. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.
Independent television news. Truly independent.
Join the train and be connected to DB Authentic Customized DB wristwatches, DB joggers, DB trainers, DB t-shirts and polo, DB spin back caps, DB African attire, DB leather belts, DB ladies gown, DB genuine leather bags for male and female. Contact us today at the Meridian Lodge Hotel Complex to number 0703 191 1820. DB Collections. Be noticed.
Hello everyone. Today we shall be looking at the characteristics of clean water. Water is essential to life. To ensure a regular healthy living, every home needs... Excuse me, I need to get some water, please.
Wow. Master, I have a Mac 50 cl. I have 75 cl. I have 60 cl.
I have 1.5 liters.
I have the dispensable.
You say, Imac, pure and clean, Imac, so refreshing, Imac, satisfying, Imac, oh, Imac, pure and clean, Imac.
Imac Still Water, production of Imac International Limited, makers of Imac Water. Imac Ice, produced and well packaged in a clean environment with NAFDAC certification. Imac Still Water, the mark of quality.
Imac is the product that you can trust.
You can now stretch your month. When you recharge your StarTimes decoder before the due date, you get 3 extra days. 3 days of extra adventure. 3 days of extra music and movies. 3 days of extra sport. 3 days of extra news. Extra 3 days in the StarTimes loyalty reward for all subscribers when you pay your subscription before due date. Yes, extra 3 days for you. No matter the bouquet. Call 01-461-8888, 09-461-8888. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our website or Facebook and Twitter for more details. Quickly recharge before the due date. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Hello, I'm Pastor X. I bring you glad tidings of good things. From Wednesday the 23rd to Monday the 28th of March this year 2016, we shall be holding our annual conference, Ambassador Summit, a time to experience the glory of God's grace and the demonstration of God's Spirit and power in signs, wonders, diverse miracles, and gifts of the Holy Ghost. Note these. We shall be taking communion for divine intervention during the opening session, which is on Wednesday the 23rd. And on Thursday the 24th, I will be ministering to all firstborns in a supernatural service for all firstborns. I especially invite you to be a part of these and more during this year's Ambassador Summit, taking place at our church auditorium at Ekoragbon Street, off PZ Road, off Saple Road, Benin City, Nigeria. For further inquiries, please call any of the numbers on display. I expect you.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Okay, now, after a very stressful week, you know what I mean, queues at the filling station, no fear to buy. Even if you get fear, you pay like crazy, 150, 140, 130, as the case may be. Ah, thank God, it's another weekend. Absolutely. We won't die. No way. We'll keep surviving. Resilience, that's the word. And a good one. It rained last night and early this morning, depending where you were. Man, it feels good because any day I'm about to leave home and I don't think of what to wear. I wear whatever comes to my mind. It's a good day for me. Because when the heart is mad, when the heat is crazy, you start to reason, should I wear black? Should I wear... But when it's like this, man, you just love the weather. You wear anything you want to wear and come to work or go to wherever you need to go to. With all this being said, I say good afternoon. Welcome on board. It's lunch to Friday. I'm still your boy, Shaq. These are holding it down. Please, I lost my voice, so just bear with me. I think I've been having too much fun or something. I don't know. Yeah, but my voice is gone, but I will just try my possible best to do what we do right here every Friday. Now, this afternoon, we are doing a special. Yeah, the group we all love so much, Peter and Paul Okoye, P-Square, has gone into extinction, or about to go into extinction. They broke it up. That's right. So in that spirit, I tag today as a P-Square breakup special. PD, hit my montage, man. Let's go. Welcome to P-Square breakup special. Okay, man. P-Square breakup special. That's what today is. I'm actually dedicating today to P-Square because this is a group of guys that has actually entertained us for the past 15 years, if I'm not mistaken, since 2001 to date. They've been trying out hits back to back, music, name it, and no one saw this coming, not even me, a musical presenter, that this time of day I will sit here and tell you these guys have gone their separate ways. It's painful. As on Saturday, Peter rebranded to be called and known as Mr. P. And he actually introduced to us his new management team. At the same time, he performed alone at an event in Abuja on Saturday, where he actually revealed to everybody, I am rebranding. I've rebranded. I am on my own now, like Faith Alone of yesteryears. Paul has dropped a song of his first song called Heaven's Call, calling on heaven if he can get through to his late mother and father and say, if only they were here, this would not happen. So you put all this together, you know the dial is cast. These guys are no longer cool together any longer. Jude is still in the picture, you know. Jude allegedly actually called this entire breakup from Peter, who says Jude lacks managerial skills and he was fed up and tired of making it, you know, a family affair. I'm not alone. With me to do this afternoon right here in the house is one dude that knows these guys from day one, as in P-Square, Peter Paul and Jude Okoye, a super show promoter based right here in Benin City, Edo State. The first guy to bring P-Square to Benin City yesteryears, 2003, Love Concert 1 and 2 at Naomi Gardens, man. And just a couple of weeks ago, he was with them. They actually hung out together. I have pictures here to buttress that, yeah. I'm talking about the one and only he glad he's right here with me. Yeah, anytime soon you are going to check him out. He's right here looking dapper, looking good. I have to bring him on because I can't stay it alone, man. You know, the most I know is what I do down here every day on the show. But for this brother, he's been with them, he's done that, he's been around with them. There was even a time he went on a tour with these guys, man. So he knows them in total, back to back. Now when we come back, we shall be meeting, Ehi Glad, Ehime Maxwell, CEO, Ehigla Entertainment. Before we meet him, PD, if you are ready, let's go take this one. Let's take 3 back-to-back P-Square cups, man. When we come back, we'll drop it really hot right here with the Ehime in the building, telling us what he knows and what he feels about this.
How do you like it? Reggae? High life? Throwback Ninja? Juju? Or Cripsy Fresh Ninja? Whatever way you like it, these VJs.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Don General, Fasodo, Sydney Shoka, Hillary, and Kuala Wole are ready to serve you.
I know you're gonna dig this.
While having lunch. So hook them up every day, Mondays to Fridays, on ITV Lunchtime Break Series, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and get your minds blown.
Now the Ghana boy, everything there with us now. The way I look you now, you're foreign. You're not from this part of the world. My dad is a Ghanaian president. That's why I got blink everywhere I go. This watch now for Ghana, this one now for Nigeria.
What's your name?
Kweku.
I know that family very well. And there's no Kweku.
You're the president of Ghana. You know him?
Sure.
So you're really Ghana girl?
I'm a Ghanaian, full Ghanaian.
No, that means not you I was looking for.
Braha, who going for? Braha.
Uncle Edward has a got shampoo. Yeah. Shampoo. It's E-Cali. Sagaloma. For example. They're looking for me, but I'm not on the map. Yeah. Swagger is swacko. Swagaloma. They feeling the boy from Yaki down to Jando. From Yaki down to Jando, say for example. Yeah. They feeling the boy, but I'm not on the map. Swagger is swacko. Swagaloma. They feeling the boy from Yaki down to Jando. From Yaki down to Jando, say for example. Coming to Lagos, they no pick your call. 5:30, you still they call. Yeah, you say you are 16 and Bobby they follow. And I'm Bruce they follow. You they follow, say for example. Put my feelings on the track, short level flow, CK, yo, as his back. Get the money ASAP like the only flacco. Yeah, non stop like DJ, bring it back. I'm Stone Boy with Stone Boy on the track. We over flow, see now money with it back. Motivated by everything that we lack. Trying to stack a couple $100 million from the fan, for example. Yeah, they looking for me, but I'm not on the map. Swagger is swacko. Swagaloma. They feeling the boy from Yaki down to Jando. From Yaki down to Jando, say for example. They make a take off on your head, she gonna take off for Limba. They make a take off on your head, she gonna take off for Limba. They make a take off on your head, she gonna take off for Limba. I gotta do one so. Charlie, yo, what do you do? Share safe and share boo, share class and share school. You love the boy love you to say. Charlie, yo, what do you do? Share safe and share boo, share class and share school. You love the boy love you too, huh?
Together, yeah, come sit down pan me okada. Worry, Oju Elega. From January up to December. Every day is like a holiday. People in my party with the song anyway it plays. So they might ask for the money there. The money there in my pocket, Papa Shiro Rambo. My style is the Jackie Chan, be Jet Li, same time me be Rambo. This song is go blow when people go sample. I need the bongo, say you go want to. Shobi you go want to.
For example, they looking for me, but I'm not on the map. Yeah, swagger is swacko. Swagaloma. They feeling the boy from Yaki down to Jando. From Yaki down to Jando, say for example.
They make a take off on your head, she gonna take off for Limba. They make a take off on your head, she gonna take off for Limba. They make a take off on your head, she gonna take off for Limba. I'm gonna do one so.
Charlie, yo, what do you do? Share safe and share boo,
How do you like it? Reggae?
So right now, me left you feeling.
High life? Throwback Ninja? Juju? Or Cripsy Fresh Ninja? Whatever way you like it, these VJs.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Don General, Fasodo, Sydney Shoka, Hillary, and Kola Wole are ready to serve you.
I know you're gonna dig this.
While having lunch. So hook them up every day, Mondays to Fridays, on ITV Lunchtime Break Series, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and get your minds blown.
No one. Hello, how you doing? My angel, my one and only. The only one that I'm missing. Where they bring me joy and blessings. You know that I love you. And I can't wait to say I do. But before we walk down the aisle, I just wanna let you know that you're the finest. May you be the finest thing I've seen. You're the brightest. The way you the shine, you the bling like me. You're the highest. When it comes to rating, you're the lead. My princess, my only one lover. Girl, I just wanna let you know that no one be like you. See, I don't go different places, I've seen many faces. No one be like you. So they cannot replace you, cause you are a blessing. No one be like you. You're driving me crazy, cause you are my baby. No one be like you. No one like you, one like you. No one like you, one like you. No one. Hit it. Let it split. P-square, walk, 6 feet, walk. We run things that are we. Hook up in the club, give them a run, give them a jump, with your busy body. With your busy body. When I first saw her, she was looking like an angel light. She blew me on my mind like a dynamite. She flashed like a lighter in any candlelight, and then she said, all this for me. Yeah, you know, so when you move your body, hold them tight. Make it not drop to hurt nobody, make it a watch your side. I beg you, be good, oh my girl, no be fight. And then she said, all this for me. Boy, you know, say if I give you body, you go search it. You know, go fit, rock the MIC, cause you go lose control. Hey, with your busy body, you go search it. I give you still, rock the MIC. I no go lose control. Boy, you go lose control. I no go lose control. Boy, you go lose control. I will turn you on when I grab you. So break it down, you go lose control. Busy body, if I catch you, I will turn you on when I grab you. So break it down, you go lose control. Busy body, let me say really or not, here I go, you can't hide. Cause if I got you, I go take you slowly. You can run away, I will do my way, oh baby. Ooh baby, I will take all my clothes and get ready. Hit it, split.
Oh yeah, P-Square Breakfast Special right here on Lunchtime Friday on ITV. And man, how do you feel? Don't you just feel bad You might not be able to hear these guys do, something together again after now. I mean, it's crazy. That was Busybody, one of their breakout, hot breakout tracks way back in the days. That was like 2003, yeah. And before this one, you heard that one, yeah. That was quite recent, yeah, where they had my guy, Ain't It, Kaha. They don't want to call No One Be. You're like, all right, it's a special P-Square breakup in the house. It's one guy that I said knows it all when it comes to P-Square. Somehow, some way, onto friendship and business level, and all of that. Super duper show promoter, Ehiglad. Ehime, actually, CEO, Ehiglad Productions. How you doing, my brother? What's popping? Cool, bro. Wait. Now, this matter make you wear black and black, so. We're not money, bro. What's up, bro? What a morning.
I'm not in the best frame of mind, bro.
I tell you, yeah, it's shocking, yeah. Yeah. So shocking. Now, quickly, right, did you ever see this coming? This breakup coming? In as much as we've been hearing about this like forever, they might break up, about the breakup, they've reconciled, they're having problems, troubles. Did you ever think, did you ever envisage it was going to deteriorate to this moment where we're talking about an extinction?
The reality there is that there's truly nothing that is not possible. You understand?
Yeah.
When it comes to group, when it comes to relationship, when it comes to business, when it comes to whatever that has to do with partnership, you understand? Anything that has to do with breakup is something that is inevitable. You cannot do without it.
Yeah.
You understand? But the whole shocking aspect of it now, when it comes to P-Square, they are not just blood brothers, they are twins.
Twins?
You understand?
From the same belly?
Yeah, from the same, you understand? So that's the whole shocking when it comes to P-Square. Actually, I would say I really did not see this whole thing degenerating to this level. Yeah.
Okay, now,
I really did not see
even till we speak, as at now, some folks think it's a propaganda, a cheap publicity towards maybe dropping another hit album or something. What do you think? Propaganda, cheap publicity, or reality?
The truth is that it's reality.
Reality.
Real reality. This is a thing of fact, right? I would say before now, before even this whole issue of P-Square misunderstanding and the rest of them, even started getting to the ears of the public, of the press and the rest of them. I would say they have always been this crack, which a lot of people truly don't know about them. And they've always been this crack, right from time.
Oh, there's always been a crack somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, they've always been a crack.
So what's this crack about, man? What's this crack about? No, come on. See, these are your pictures. You have been with them like forever. You know them. And you were even with them for a couple of weeks back.
Yeah. I think that was one of the very first events.
First of all, wearing that yellow big green jacket.
That was like
way back in the days.
2005.
Yeah. Now, this crack you're talking about, right? That has always been there. What was this crack all about?
The truth is there's some information that was supposed to be for the consumption of the public.
Come on, man, this is lunch Friday.
There's some information that just be an inner information.
No, but you owe this to my friend.
No, the truth is that I think to a reasonable extent, I would just want to touch on them.
Yeah.
And I would say basically this whole crack started from I would say Peter.
Okay.
Peter's his personality. Peter's personal relationship.
Okay.
You understand?
Peter's personal relationship. With who now?
Yeah.
With Jude or Paul?
I would say with his wife now.
Oh, with his wife.
Yeah, now his wife. I would say that was where the whole crack started from.
Okay.
With his brothers.
This was when they were still dating.
Yeah, this was when we were still dating.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, girlfriend. Okay. I think that was where the whole crack started from. Understand? And Peter had an issue that his brother. You understand? They were not really accepting. You understand?
His girlfriend.
Let me put it that way. Okay. Somebody he lost. And now his brother, they have a reservation that, okay, it's like this guy is taking too much time off their brother.
Yeah.
You understand? The time they were supposed to maybe rehearse, do some other stuff, you understand? Peter is with and the rest of it. So they had this misunderstanding. I think that was where this whole crack
began from.
Yeah, started from.
Okay, now, Paul actually dropped a song a couple of days back called Heaven's Call, as in Heavenly Call Heaven. Help us call heaven. If only our mother and father, our parents, can actually see what's happening right now, that they are making a mess of themselves. I am quoting him now verbally on the song, right?
Yeah.
That they will be ashamed of
definitely
their children. Now, do you think, man, if the parents were still to be alive
the mother and the dad. Going by this crack we talked about, because this crack, they were still alive. When this crack began. So do you think, going by this right, they would have been able to leave this on the board and see it not happening? See it not coming this far?
Yes, definitely. I think if the mother most especially was alive, I don't think this thing would have degenerated to this level. Because it got to a point that the mother practically moved over to their place in Lagos to start staying with them.
Wow. She relocated to their place in Lagos.
Yeah, to Lagos. Wow. There was time mother relocated their place in Lagos. Then they were not married.
Okay.
You know? And then the level of crack they had then was most of the time you only see them on show, you see them on stage, they do But apart from that, when they are home, they won't hardly communicate.
Wow.
It's more of Paul and Jude. Peter is always.
Are you serious?
You see when Peter is in this room, he don't come out, he don't communicate, he don't even mix up.
Wow. So this crack has actually eaten deep. Right from day one. Now, guys, you can join this conversation online, man. Follow me on Twitter at IYSydney. That's my Twitter handle there, at IYSydney. Follow us on Twitter. Let us know what you think, man. The big question here is, if the mother and the father, if the parents were still alive, especially the mother, because they came out from the mother's womb here. If their mom was still alive, do you think she should have been able to stop this madness, this craziness? So hit me up on Twitter. My handle is there. It's open already at IYSydney. Hashtag could P Square's mother been able to stop their splitting if she was alive?
Apart from them just coming out from their mother's womb, which we know, she's their biological mother. Their mother has always been in support of their career. Even
when their dad was against them.
Even right from their Abuja days where they just started as dancers, when they see Michael Jackson steps and the rest of them, their mother has always been in support of them. When they want to go for events like this, if their dad is not in support, the mother will always want to encourage them, go when they come back late, try to bring them in. The mother has always been there for them. So there's no way, that the mother would have been alive and watched this happen.
Wow. They actually told me in 2003 at your show, Love Concert 1, when I interviewed them, and I asked them the big question, can anything on earth separate you guys? And they said to me, I have it on video clip, even though I can't play it right now, and they said, only one thing can separate them. I said, who? And they said, their mother. That is only their mother who will say, go apart, and they go apart. So I don't know, because right now the mom is not alive. So because hence I'm asking the question right here, right now to you folks out there. Hashtag, could P Square's mother have been able to save this group? I maybe she was alive now. So hit me up on Twitter at IYSydney. It's right there. It's the trend topic right here. Our lunchtime on lunchtime Friday. Now, brother, let's talk about Peter and Paul right now. So let's talk about Jude Okoye. Now, Awiti was their manager after discovering them at the Benson and Hedges Grab the Mic Talent Hunt show for 4 years, 2001 to 2005, before he handed over the baton to their elder brother, Jude Okoye. In your heart of hearts, right, will you say Jude was making a good job of that part?
I would say to a reasonable extent, I would say.
Don't be biased.
No, I'm not being biased.
I just want to hear
I'm being very, very plain now.
Okay.
Awiti discovered them to a reasonable extent and brought them into Lagos. Even when they came to Lagos, they stayed with Awiti. Which we all know. And before they now decided to move to their own apartment. Now Jude came on board. And so far so good, all the time Jude has been. I'll tell you what P Square is today is Jude. Jude is P Square is Jude.
Well, was it true Jude sold his car to push their first single, international single?
Yes, not just even selling his car. There are some things people don't know about Jude. You understand?
Okay.
Jude is not just only a manager. Jude is also a songwriter. Most of their songs, Jude writes most of their songs. Jude and Paul.
Okay.
You understand? They write songs. Jude directs video. Jude edits their video. Understand? When you go to their house, you see an editing suit
in
their house. You understand? So at the end of the day, I'll tell you that Jude has really played a major role in the life of P Square as a group. You understand? But one thing you cannot take away from Jude, that you understand, Jude is a very principled person when it comes to business.
I know that.
Jude will tell you that if it's my mother that wants P Square, my mother will pay the price for P Square. You understand? Apart from that, Peace Square cannot be on any platform without paying, you understand, the price for Peace Square to be on that platform. You understand? That is Jude for you. And I think that was where the crack from Jude and Peter, you understand, is coming from. Now,
if it was that good right then, why is Peter now, I'm quoting you now, you know, trying to drag in the family now, Paul and Jude, not actually loving his, okay, like then when they were still courting, his girlfriend and now his wife into the picture.
Now, let us look at it from this angle now.
Yeah.
You know, when anything that has to do with relationship, business, and stuff, like when self-interest start coming in, you understand? You start seeing things from a different angle. You understand? Things that you don't really pay too much attention to before.
In the past,
you not start paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Now, before that, they already have a formula that they use in operating. So when we have a deal, this goes to this, this goes for this, goes for this. Then, but now, Peter is no longer satisfied with that formula.
He wants more.
I don't know if you understand. Because now self-interest.
I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, now self-interest has started coming in.
Yeah.
You understand? Greed has started coming in. You know, Peter is more of this showmanship person.
Yeah.
You understand? Paul is more on the reserve side.
Yes, introvert.
Yeah, Peter is the kind of person that, you know, so he wants to buy a Bentley of 40 million. He wants to put it out there.
Yeah.
I just bought a Bentley of 40 million. Paul is not that kind of person. You understand? Now Peter wants more. And for that more he wants, now he now feels, okay, now this formula that we have used before is no longer working for me.
I need
now,
more.
Yeah, I need more.
more.
And now, for the kind of person that Jude is, you understand, you cannot easily break through. You understand? I'm telling you, every single business you do with Peace Square, you pay direct into Jude's account. I want to know the level actually Jude comes in. Anything that has to do with Peace Square. You pay directly to Jude's account. Whatever they do.
But now I understand that now Mr. P has rebranded Peter. He has his own management. And I understand even for the past some months now or so, even when they went to show, even when they go for an engagement, what is due to Peter? I'm trying to like what you just finished saying that, you know, in the past, the bulk of money is paid to Jews' accounts. But I understand from the grapevine, from an authoritative source, that for the past months right now, even though they were still rocking shows together, Peter had his own management team he unveiled to us on Saturday. So his money, what is due to him, goes straight to him and no second party.
Yeah,
is this true?
Yeah, that is very true. And that is self-interest I'm talking about now.
All right.
Now,
the self-interest.
Yeah, self-interest. Now it's no longer working, you understand, for Peter now the way it used to be before.
All right.
Now he now wants to be doing his own thing. Now he wants to run his own management. He wants anything that's coming, that thing should come straight
to his pocket.
To his pocket.
And no second party.
No. And now what he now did now is this. Okay, now I want to run my own management team. You, Paul, you run your management team.
Yeah.
I don't want to be under the management of Jude, which is my brother.
Yeah.
Now, whatever is coming now, come directly to me.
To his pocket.
Now, if you want to approach it as Peace Square now, the way I am now, okay, I want to carry Peace Square now, I will discuss with Peter management team separately.
And discuss with
Paul's management team separately. Now, if Peter is telling me, hey, Glad, give me 10 cover.
Yes.
That 10 cover is going straight to Peter's pocket. Then if Jude is saying, okay, this is what I want to get for my own artist, which is Paul. Then, you understand? Now, they can now come and play the show as Peace Square.
Yeah.
Now, they can come together as Peace Square to also play that show. But whatever negotiation you must make now, you are not making that negotiation now from one management team.
You have to go to two sources.
Yeah, that's the new development brand now.
All right. Peace Square Breakup Special right here on Lunchtime Friday. That's right. And I'm actually having a good chat right here with a guy that actually knows this guy. It's close to a limit, man. Close to a point. And that's super entertainment mogul and promoter, Ehime Maxwell. CEO, hey, Glad. That's right. You know this guy's like crazy. Hence, I'm thanking him so much for granting me this time to be right here with me and have. Now, when we come right back, we shall be checking out what the wives are saying. Yeah, Peter is married. Paul is married. Jude is married. Why are the wives silent? We're hearing nothing from them. That's right. Then at the same time, too, we shall be hearing from the guy that discovered Peace Square. How T, yes, the dude that actually know these guys right from when they began as P Square to who they are right about now. But before we do that, let's go take this one. It's an old track of theirs called Do Me. I'm not playing you any of their new tracks. I'm taking it back to when they were P Square. So let's go do Me. I'll be right back. It's P Square's breakout special right here on Launching Friday.
Let it split.
Girl, I love the way you do me, do me, do me, do me, do me, do me, do me. Boy, I love the way you do me, do me, do me, do me, do me, do me. Now the way you dey do me, you go wonder, my baby. Now the way you dey do me, you go wonder, oh. So now she step into the clubhouse. See how the boys them a drop down. And all the ladies just the holla say. Them no say wahala day. If you don't so you take a busy, make it no dey fall. This night is song for the dancer. The way you move your body, girl, it be like say. You no say wahala day. Now the way you dey do the things you do, it be like say you get plans for me and you. If I put it on you, you put it on me. What a man can do, a woman can do. So if you do me, I do you. Man no go best up on the dance floor. Man no go best touch me, I touch you. Man no go best, you say. Man no go best, I say. Man no go best. If you do me, hit it. Let it split. Ooh, I like it. So hey, you gave me so. I know this. You know this. This song is going hard. Hey. I like it. Ooh, I like it. So girl, I love the way you roll it. See how you control it. Ooh, you done make me come back for more. Hey, oh more, I love the way you roll it. No fit just control it. Ooh, you got what I'm looking for. Hey, as we step into the club, see how people just they jump. They say Victor and Paul, you guys are keeping it so strong. See we no go ever stop. We are headed to the top. As the music they go. Then all of a sudden see this girl they eye me, hey. Looking so inviting. I know they say she try me. Can't imagine, ooh, her body's so tempting, hey. Girl, I love the way you roll it. See how you control it, ooh, you can make me come back for more, hey. I love the way you roll it. I know if you just control it, ooh, cause you got what I'm looking for. You're making me want you so.
All right, still the special right here, P Square's Breaker Special. And hey, don't get it twisted, man. We feel so bad about it because I love these boys, man. I love these guys, you know. Always fun hanging out with them. I'll be my brother. Always fun hanging out with them, man. Okay, so now, that brings me to the question now. Now that they have gone apart, no more one. And you were friends to both of them. But I know you go like 1+1. So who are you pitching tent with? Whose side are you on right now? Is it pretty side or one side, brother?
My brother, funny enough, I still truly wish this don't happen. Man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because I think we just intend to just laugh over it now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a great shocker to the world.
Absolutely.
To Africa at large. You understand?
Yeah.
When it comes to entertainment, one entertainer that has really made the world proud. You understand? From this, it's called P Square as a group. You understand? you cannot take it away from there. You are the biggest in Africa.
Yeah.
As far as the world is concerned, they are one Africa thing that's recognized in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so them going apart now,
it's painful.
You know the level of damage it's going to cause.
Absolutely.
There's no way
and a huge vacuum.
Yeah, there's no way that they're going to make headway. You understand?
Yeah.
As individual, like the way they be successful as Peace Square.
Yeah.
You understand? There's just no way.
No way about it.
Way for me.
Okay, now I have a couple of tweets right here, so let's go through them. Yeah, I have this one from Jane. Jane, how you doing? And you say, Shaka, nice job you are doing there. Big ups to the guy with you. Yeah, that's a glad baby. Amen. And you say, for me, I think the mother would have done everything possible to stop this madness. Okay, that's from Jane. Yeah, the mother would have done everything possible to stop this madness. I have this one from She Wrote. How you doing, She Wrote? And you say, Shaka, I am bleeding. I love Peace Square like crazy. Please, who is with you? Oh, that's a glad. Amen. That's the guy with me. I love him. Tell him he rocks. Okay, brother. They say you rock, man.
I appreciate, man.
Okay. Okay. Amos, your tweet is right here with me. And you say, Shaka, what are the wives saying? Because if you ask me, I think this is coming from the wives and no one else. Oh, my God. That brings us to the question, yeah? The wives. The wives have been silent. Peter's wife, Paul's wife, even Jude's wife. No one's talking anything, man. Why is it so? What is their role in this?
Man, the truth is that what do you expect? Do you even know that? I think was it Jude or Paul that got married? You understand? No, when Peter got married, Jude did not attend.
Yeah, Jude did not attend. Yeah. He said he was in Ghana or something.
Yeah. Now, look at it from that angle. And I told you something when I started. Now I said they already had a crack. Now, you know, even Peter's wife. Now they had an issue on the rest of them.
Yeah.
Now, do you think now those people now they want to really come in? You understand? To even have to say
mingle
or try to do that to do like maybe let's make this thing work for them.
I just wonder the trauma.
It's not possible.
And the heat they're passing through right now because it's really not easy, man.
It is not possible because the truth is that Peter's wife now to start with, I would say was not really accepted by the brothers before now.
From day one?
Yeah, from day one. So now do you expect that kind of a lady now to come in to start talking now for peace? In which way she want to pitch things with? Definitely with her husband.
Because that is the person she married. Man.
Yes.
That's what's up, man.
And that is the truth.
That's what's up.
So there's just no way you expect maybe the wives to start.
All right, okay. I have this tweet from you, Osas James. Yeah. Osas James, how you doing? Osas James says, Sydney, yes. The mother could have stopped this mess. All right. Osas James says, the mother could have stopped this mess. All right. African China. Is this the real African China? Wait. Let me look whether there is Twitter certification. Okay. There is no good. All right. Okay. African China says, shut up. Now younger than they. One hunger beat them 2 times. Then go realize say, no man is an island.
I like that.
Oh my God. One hunger beat them 2 times. Then go realize say, no man is an island. And I have to tweet right here from Iban, yeah? Iban, how you doing? Good afternoon, Iban. And you say, Shaka, man, nice show. I love the P Square's throwbacks, yeah? And big ups to Glad, all right? Yeah, he's right here with me. And you say, well, for me, I think P Square have attained that height where they have to go their separate ways in order to make sense, all right? I come again. I think P Square have attained the heights where they have to go their separate ways in order to make sense. But you didn't tell me if the mother would have been able to stop this, madness. All right, okay. And this one is from Bamidele. Bamidele says, Shaka, say there's nothing impossible for mothers to do. If she was alive, they wouldn't even come this far. All right. If she was alive, they wouldn't even come this far. As regards, going the separate ways, beefing, and all of that. Now, quickly, let's get to hear what, the guy that actually discovered this group, P Square, had to say about this, development, his reaction. He goes by the name I would say quickly, then was the sole owner and the guy behind the Benson and Hedges Talent Hunt show. You know what I mean? And it ran for a very, very long time. Yeah. And that was the Talent Hunt show, Grab the Mic show, that P Square emerged the winner in 2001. And ever since then, for 4 years, I would say was their manager. Even after now, they are still in touch, still a power. And this was his reaction, actually, when I asked him how he feels and why this P Square breakup madness. PD, if you are ready, let's go check out Awiti's reaction.
I never thought they could break up because, of course, they are twins, and we all need to respect their decisions now. You know, they said it's based on the work, and based on the work and from, to their fans, you know, that's the reason they're trying to break up, because of disagreement on the music. So, whatever they decide to do, I think we should respect. We have tried our best to mediate, but if that's the way they want to go, I think there's nothing we can do. We just let it be.
All right, now that's Awiti, you know, entertainment guru nationally.
That's the boss.
That's the boss, my man. That's my man. Yeah, now, you heard what Awiti said, the guy that discovered P Square. He said they actually tried, you know, meditating into the matter. So meditating into the matter, like trying to help out. But it seemed that these guys were really, they had made up their minds. They had made up their minds. They want to go their separate ways. And this brings to mind, right? I understand from the grapevine, a certain governor, Peter Odiliye, is making possible moves to reconcile these guys. Do you see a possible reconciliation happening with all that we know now? With the whole, I want to do my thing, I want to be myself, I want to rebrand and all of that?
It's very, very possible. It is all about dialogue, which I also believe in dialogue. As I'm talking to you now, I think they should be in Abuja by this weekend.
Okay.
You understand? Because the last time I spoke with them, they told me that they will be in Abuja this weekend, that the governor sent for them, you understand, for kind of a dialogue.
A dialogue.
Meeting.
It's sit down.
Yeah. I think they should be in Abuja this weekend. I think it's very, very possible, but depending, just like as I told you now earlier on that, you understand, P Square as a group, you understand, they've not found like splitted. That's why they want to do the individual thing. You can still, if it's possible, you can still bring P Square
them together on stage.
Yeah,
but now you have to deal with two management. That's big money.
Yeah, that's big money. but you know, for enough, they also tell that everything that has an advantage also have a disadvantage.
Yes.
The truth is that because before now, each one to carry P Square as a group. Now, okay, let's just look at the light of whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this on air, but professionally, if you want to carry whiskey, now you know how much you pay to get something like whiskey.
Absolutely,
as a solo individual artist. Yeah. But P Square as a group, but people usually forget that these people, they are group, they are two to start with, and they have dancers and everything, you understand, working with them. Now, when they tell you, okay, we need some amount for an event, you understand, you feel, man, this one is too much, you know. But as an individual art, now you understand, I think they will even make more. That's the truth.
More money.
Make money.
But that will be at the expense of you guys, the promoters, and we, the viewers and the fans out there.
And their lovers, and people that love them.
Because when you now go through two mediums to get them on stage, you, the promoter, you want to make back the money you spend.
Yeah.
And you're going to get it through who? To the fans out there.
That's it.
So, like you just said, it is advantageous to them and disadvantageous to the fans.
That's it. It's all about it's all about self-interest. Yeah.
Self-interest.
Okay, now when group like Fisher Boys also when they're separate.
Yeah, they're separate.
You also saw the way it is. But today now they're out there making money. They're individuals.
Yeah. Anyway, now let's leave here, right? Let me take one more of P Square song. Yeah. When we come back, Ahime, I'll be asking you the big question.
That is it.
You don't even want to know the big question.
That is it.
I've got a big question up my sleeve right here. And I'm actually right here in the house. Okay? And at the same time, too, I have a little surprise somewhere to showcase. But for now, let's take one more of this song. And we'll come right back and we'll wrap this up. I've got a couple of, new cuts on ground. I've got something brand new from Thousand, Sydney, Soldier. And I've got something, too, from Vector the Piper, man. You don't want to miss that. So one more song from P Square. I'll be back in the GP. Hang on. Keep your twos coming down here. Who do you if the mall was still around and alive, do you think she should have been able to leave this in the board? That's the question right here in the big talk. At IY Sydney, it's my handle. Bring it on. Let's go, man. One more P Square for the road.
Make it split!
Tell me who made it possible? Who made it possible? Who made it possible? Only God made it possible. God made it possible. Yeah.
Girl, I wish that I fit you to find past my mama, but that is impossible. No, thumbs up to your mama, cause she made it possible. Girl, it's too fine. My girl, I still believe I fit you to find past my mama, but that is impossible. No, you be the photocopy of your mama, carbon copy of your papa too. Girl, you too fine. Some people still believe that it's nothing like an African beauty. Hey, we did the Yancy, there is beauty in the African system. Africans, we are the best. When it comes to beauty, man, we they run the rest. Nobody fit try you cause your beauty's endless. Nevertheless, the black skin colors the less. Now you know, say, now your mama, now your papa, this no be small matter. Are you feeling me too, baba? Somebody say, ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. You are my African queen, the girl of my dream. Took me where I never been. You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Girl, I don't wish that I fit you to find past my mama, but that is impossible. No, thumbs up to your mama, cause she made it possible. She made it possible. Girl, it's too fine. My girl, I still believe I fit you to find past my mama, but that is impossible. No, you be the photocopy of your mama, carbon copy of your papa too. Girl, it's too fine. Tell me who made it possible? Your mama, your papa, your mama, your papa. Only God made it possible. Go ask your mama, your papa, what is your the mama, possibility? Your papa, baby girl.
Absolutely. Who made it possible? The mother made it possible, that's right. But would the mother have been able to make it possible this time around if she was still alive? That's the big question right here. P Square breakup tributes, a special right here. I'm not sure right now. I'm getting more tweets. That's my handle is still there at iWatch Sydney. Yeah, don't just follow me. Follow me on tweet, okay? Follow me, tweet, and I'm going to follow you guys right back. I have to from Jude, and Jude says, "Shocker, fantastic job. Thanks so much, man. Big ups to the man with you there. That's a glad baby. He brought P Square to Benin to the force, 2003. Respect that." And you say, for me, I think it's just initial gragra. They will soon realize and get back together, okay? I think that smells like hunger. We're having hunger beat us out or something. I don't know. I have this one from Pius. Pius, good afternoon. How you doing? And you say, Shaka, I'm feeling the show. I think they had to go their separate ways. There was no truth telling. They don't try now. They don't try, but 15 years or thereabouts. That's quite some time, man.
That's quite some time, bro.
Quite some time, my brother. Quite some time. All right, okay. Let me take the last tweet right here before we jump back to the next one. I have this one from Timo. Yeah, Timo, good afternoon. How you doing? And you say, Shaka, I think P Square had to break up. In as much as we feel bad, we have to face the reality. Nothing. The only thing that's constant in life is change. Oh, yep. You're right, yeah. The only thing that's constant in life is change. So in as much as it feels so bad, we just got to face reality. Now, Ahime, let me ask you the big one, man. This is the big one. And you must be candid here.
Can I handle it? Can I handle it?
Try and handle it. One kind. Okay. Now, if eventually, from the look of things right now, because I still want to peg it on, they're about going extinct due to the fact that some couple of guys are still working behind the scene to ensure they don't break up. Like Peter Odili, we understand. They say it's trying to have a sit down with them and ensure that this madness is erased. So because of that, let's hang it up. Let's hang it on that pedestal. You know, they are being held with a very, very tiny thread. The group right now, P Square, is being held together with a very tiny thread. Now, if at the long run and at the end of the day, they go their separate ways, they can't break up. Who will first blow between Peter and Paul? They can't do.
It's truly,
it's a big question.
It's really the big one.
Yeah, the big one. Who will eventually,
the truth is that
because in every group, you know what's up. Plantation boys, you know. Remedies, you know. So who will blow?
The truth is that I think I want to answer your question this way now. The group P Square now is made up of two different talents.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dancer.
Peter is more.
The dancer.
He's on the dancing side. White Paul
is the vocalist.
Yeah, the vocalist. And now, Peter is how I don't know how to put it. It's more of a showmanship person.
Yeah.
Now, if they eventually, say, okay, nothing can be done again, let's just go our separate ways. We are done with P Square. Now it's not Mr. P. Now it's now Rude Boy, like Paul calls himself. Rude Boy Records.
Rude Boy Records, yeah.
You understand? Now, if they eventually go their separate way, I think in their separate ways, I think they will still do well. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
For the fact that, you understand, these are P Square, that are going their separate way. You understand? But I'll tell you that, they only tell you that time will only tell. With time, definitely you will not know who will not excel more. You understand, in the game.
So we have to wait. So we have to wait for time.
Yeah, we have to wait for time.
How long a time?
That is the
Are we going to possibly
truth,
wait?
But so far so good. I know when it comes to music, when it comes to singing, I know definitely Paul is going to do very well.
Yeah,
but when it comes to the other aspect, when it has to do with the performance on stage, entertaining on stage, I know Peter comes in.
Okay.
You understand?
All right. Okay.
Because most of the time, if you watch their performance on stage, you go ask P Square. When it's time for all the dance stuff and rest of the, Paul steps aside.
Yeah, Paul aside the way.
And Peter,
allow Peter to do shine.
Yeah. You get the way it comes for the releasing, you see Paul.
He comes on board.
Yeah, that is it. You understand?
All right. Okay, now I just have these two tweets here. This one is from Osas Jane. Okay, you retweeted, and you are asking, bros, Two-Face know they talk put for this matter. I don't know. Two-Face they talk for this matter.
No, the truth is that I think everybody don't talk now. They are correct and all. The boss spoke. What
yes.
You understand? But I said something. I said, when self-interest starts coming in,
they won't start going wrong.
That's the truth. You don't want to listen to anything again.
Yeah,
it's all about self-interest. It's all about greed.
Okay, all right.
That's the truth.
Okay, now going by what Awuti said. He said they want to go apart. So let's grant them their wish.
That's it.
Fingers crossed. Let's grant them their wish and hope as well that this, powers behind them, top dogs behind them, will be able to actually, bring them back together.
Another thing we still need to quickly look at here now, I think it would have not really degenerated this to this level if they were not living in their own separate
houses.
And before now, even before before they even got married, already they
had these issues on ground.
But now that they are not married, Paul is living on his own.
I don't know. This is a big advice to all the married people there. You feel me? The minute you and your wife start sleeping in different rooms, you're not going to cast. Just take this off for example. When they were together, the bond was there. But the very second minute they went apart, living in different houses, now they want to start.
That's true. Do you know the last time we were together? That was a couple of weeks ago. You understand?
Yeah.
And Jude said, I just met. It was Jude and Paul. You understand? That we were together. Jude now said, the only thing that brought us together now is when we have show.
Then we have engagement.
Yeah.
So no more brotherhood.
No, nothing like
more family.
What you said that was like, as soon as we round up from here now, anytime my vehicle, I go to my house.
He goes to his own place.
Goes to his place. I say, we don't not like before. That was just not like
crazy,
before.
Man. It's crazy.
So these are realities on ground.
On ground, yeah. All right, like I said initially, let's wish them the best, and let's just in as much as it is painful, you know what I mean. Let's just bear, and let's hope somehow, some way, something is done, and this whole situation is remedied at the end of the day. My brother Ehime, CEO Ehigala Entertainment, super entertainment mogul, thanks so much for being part of the show. I'm going to invite you next time, and we're going to talk about entertainment in Edo State. Is it taking a nosedive or something? We'll talk about this some other time. For now, we are done. But honestly, thanks so much for granting me your time. I understand you and the CP will be having a nice time tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be there, bro.
I need to quickly tell you one very big congratulations. I heard you were one of the nominees. Recipients of the award, Best Radio TV Presenter of the Year.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, my brother.
You're also one of our recipients.
You guys keep making us happen, man. Thanks so much.
You're keeping it true.
Thanks so much.
You're doing it very well, man.
Thanks so much. All right, I have to go. Big ups to my crew behind there, from Saturday to Calvin Awala. That's my man. To my boss, and up next is my brother, the Sage. For the next one, which is Business Today. Okay, it's been a P Square Breakup Special. I must thank you guys. Let's just hope for the best and nothing else. I'll be just sitting in the shocker. Keep your tweets coming down. Tomorrow morning, I might take some of them on the Saturday show. Till I catch you, God bless you. Bye-bye.
How do you like it? Reggae? High life? Throwback Ninja? Juju?
Every day me I pray, down on my knees every time me awake. Cruising downtown Lagos, man, them I say them I find me for Ghana. Chilling with my G's and girls all around me like Rihanna. They feel the jam me I make, man, them I say DJ bring me back now. Skibby one, skibby two, skibby three, bring me back now. Skibby one, skibby two, skibby three, bring me back now. Skibby one, skibby two, skibby three, bring me back now. Skibby one, skibby two, skibby three, bring me back now. Me not care if you are not my friend, but no matter what you do, man, me innocent. Me feel like Empire and the power. We be like Lil Romeo and the Bow Wow. On a rock for summer, always remember where I dark can't go. Why you wanna leave me, my style for? Me the motor knowledge, me not go see me knowledge. Wanna do I say yo? In my whip, I with the ball on the court. In my reggae, I'm a skinny bad guy. But remember where I'm feeling that guy. It's a Charlie, you be bad guy, Charlie, you be boss. See the way you move, man, I just feel your clothes. And I'll be going in straight, also for the pay, like a champ of Ghana. And who shade. Every day me I pray, down on my knees every time me I wake. Cruising downtown Lagos, man, them I say them I find me for Ghana. Chilling with my G's and girls all around me like Rihanna. They feel the jam.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Hi. Do you have challenges paying your school fees or your children's school fees? Relax. Worry no more. Just pack your bags because you're going back to school. FX Africa Limited has got a solution. Meet us in our office at 69 Mission Road in City or call
0809 749 3477 or 0902 117 2788.
Remember, FX Africa.
Good to have you join us on Business This Week on Independent Television. I'm Uyi Agumofwegwe. Now, on Business This Week, it becomes a platform where we'll bring you every bit of information as regards how businesses have fared in the course of the week, not just businesses in Nigeria, but even beyond the shores of this great country. Now, some of the stories we'll be bringing you on the program today will have to do with the brilliant, if you will, example being said by the Senate President with regards to the need for us to support and patronize made-in-Nigeria products. We'll be bringing you that story in a bit. Then, of course, the issue of fake and substandard products. What is exactly the government doing about the issue of fake and substandard products? Well, it appears as it stands right now, this may not be a safe haven anymore for those who are in the business of fake and substandard products, starting with dealers in vehicle tire. As usual, we'll also bring you our CBN exchange rates. We'll bring you the prices of commodities as well. Then we also have a report that focuses on the correlation between immigration and poverty. right here on the show this great afternoon. Of course, there's a big discussion coming up on the show as well, one that has to do with fuel scarcity. I mean, we're looking at the history to fuel scarcity in the country and the implication it has for not just businesses but for the entire country. Of course, some experts have said it's a big shame for a country like Nigeria that produces crude to be suffering the shortage of petrol all across the country. Then, of course, you have the issue of disparity in price. I mean, one dealer is selling at X price, another is selling at Y price. All of these are the issues we're looking at on the program today. But quickly, let's see how the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, is setting an example for all Nigerians. The Senate President has made real his campaign that Nigerians should patronize made in Nigeria goods, as he sets an example by adorning himself with made in Nigeria attire. In fact, this attire was made in Aba. Now, during the recent Made in Aba trade fair in Abuja, the Senate President and a few of the senators who attended the fair promised to advocate increased patronage of made in Nigeria goods as a show of patriotism and to help encourage the country's small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs. The Senate President's Special Assistant on New Media, Bankole Omishore, said Dr. Saraki also promised to champion a change in the Procurement Act of Nigeria to give locally manufactured goods first option in the government's procurement process. And we hope that promise gets to see the light of day. Now, moving on to the big one, which has to do with the Standards Organization of Nigeria. The federal government has empowered the SUN, which is the Standards Organization of Nigeria, to jail dealers in substandard products for as much as 10 years. Now, as a consequence, the SUN has given a 24-hour ultimatum to tire dealers all across Nigeria to destroy all the fake products in their stock or face prosecution. Acting Director General of SUN, Dr. Paul Angia, gave the ultimatum to a stakeholders forum for tire dealers in Lagos, where he stated that the organization's new Act 2015 empowers it to jail promoters of substandard products up to 10 years. A mandate the SUN says it will not relent to mete out to any corporate. Dr. Angaya, who said that the era of seizure and destruction of fake and substandard products was over, made reference to a recent report by the Road Safety Commission stating that out of 8,986 accidents recorded in 2015, no less than 722 were due to tire bursts, resulting in the death of 446 persons. Of course, that's the issue with substandard products. But now I think the focus basically is on vehicle tire. Now, moving on the news aspect of the program, Initiative for Public Policy Analysis, IPPA, the Nigerian-based public policy think tank, has condemned the French government's proposed tax on palm oil that will be disadvantaged to Africa and undermine efforts to alleviate poverty across the continent. The proposed tax is a huge addition of €90 per ton, and a differential tax for palm oil produced according to rich Western standards is purposely discriminatory and would lead to devastating consequences for African farmers of palm oil and throughout the rest of the developing world. Quickly, let's also see what some experts have said about what could be done about the economy, to achieve economic growth. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of TGI Group of Companies, Christian Wessel, has advised the federal government of Nigeria to increase its focus on education sector in its bid to drive local production. According to Mr. Wessel, if Nigeria actually believes that supporting local production is the way to go, governments at all levels must drive education. He further pointed that encouraging the local manufacturers all over the world goes along with renewed efforts to develop the education sector. Now, I'm very sure a lot of persons are familiar with Shopee. Shopee hasn't made so much of news lately, but there's something coming up along that line, and that has to do with what the ICPC is doing with the Shopee. Now, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has begun a probe into the activities of directors and senior officials of the Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program known as Shopee. It was learned that ICPC had frozen the accounts of some of the officials, while some vehicles had been seized from them. Shopee was set up by the government of former President Goodluck Jonathan in February of 2012 after nationwide protest followed the hike in the prices of petroleum products. The program was scrapped by President Muhammadu Buhari in November 2015. The Sure P was mandated to convert saved fuel subsidy money to jobs, roads, and other people-oriented programs, but was alleged to have become political during the build-up to the 2015 elections. And now we're back again to the big one, the slump in oil price. Now, as political pressure prop up to price increase, it is the belief that oil producers, including the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, have supported holding talks next month on a deal to freeze output, even if Iran declines to participate. Nigeria had in February backed Saudi Arabia and Russia in freezing oil production, while giving Iran and Iraq a way out to regain some of their lost market shares due to sanctions and war. Oil prices rose on Wednesday this week, supported by the announcement and an growing signs of decline in the U.S. crude production. Brent crude was trading near $40 a barrel, up from 12-year low of $27.10 reached in January of 2016. The House of Representatives has been told that the liabilities of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCOM, have jumped to 6.6 trillion naira. An ad hoc committee of the House was informed that the liabilities rose after AMCOM bought banks bad loans worth 3.3 trillion naira and paid 1.7 trillion naira for the loans. The central bank said it was monitoring the liabilities of AMCOM to ensure that it remained manageable prior to its winding down in 2024. Now let's run straight to Asia, where China is said must avoid mass unemployment from failing mines and factories, even as it cut back on its vast production of unwanted coal and steel. Obviously, China's top leader, President Xi Jinping, wants to drastically reduce the surplus industrial capacity that is sapping China's growth while avoiding economic disruption and widespread layoffs that could lead to unrest. Even as the Congress was underway in Beijing, protests by workers at a vast failing state-owned coal mine in northeastern China illustrated the resistance that industrial retrenchments could create. And I will bring you straight to a different part of Asia where it is a financial mystery for the digital era. More than $80 million of Bangladesh's money vanished last month after it was electronically transferred out of that country's account at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. As officials around the world search for the money and place blame, the heist is highlighting what looks like a weak point in the global financial system that allowed the money to get by regulators, the market banking system of the Philippines. Now, let's quickly put that last story in perspective. What happened was there was a heist that took place somewhere yet to be determined, but it had to do with Bangladesh and the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. We're told that billions of dollars owned by Bangladesh are domiciled in an account in the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. But sometime in February, this last February, we're told there was a hack where some group of hackers had attempted to move at least $1 billion from that account to some other part of Asia. However, they were only able to successfully move about $80 million to some casinos in the Philippines. And now analysts all around the world are saying it probably highlights the weakness in the security of banking system all around the world. Now, let's take you quickly to what we have for you as our special feature on the program today, the correlation that does exist between poverty and immigration. Take a look at this.
Some people say that mass immigration into the United States can help reduce world poverty. Is that true? Well, no, it's not. And let me show you why. This gumball represents the 1 million legal immigrants the United States has taken every year on average since 1990. Now, who in the world deserves our humanitarian compassion? The World Bank has one measure of the desperately poor of the world. They make less than $2 a day. And how many people make less than $2 a day in the world? Well, let's start with Africa. In Africa alone, there are 650 million people who make less than $2 a day. 650 million. And in India, another 890 million people, desperately poor. China adds another 480 million people. making less than $2 a day. And unfortunately, the rest of Asia has a heartbreaking 810 million people who the World Bank says make less than $2 a day. And finally, there's 105 million of Latin America's population that are desperately poor. All told, the World Bank says there are 3 billion people in the world, 3 billion people who are desperately poor, making less than $2 a day. That's 3,000 gumballs. And every year, we take 1 million and suggest that we've somehow made a humanitarian difference. Of course, we don't pull our immigrants from these desperately poor populations, do we? These people are too poor, too sick, too disconnected to make it here as immigrants. We tend to pull our immigrants out of the better off poor of the world. And Mexico tends to define the type of immigrant that we bring here because the plurality of people come from Mexico. And Mexico is poor. How many people in the world live in countries that have average incomes lower than that of Mexico? And the World Bank tells us that that number is these 3 billion plus another 2.6 billion people. 5.6 billion people in the world who live in countries with average incomes below that of Mexico. That's 5,600 gumballs. And so what is it that the elites are telling us? They're telling us that when we take this 1 million immigrants, that we somehow or another are tackling world poverty. And we have to do it regardless of the effect on our unemployed, the working poor, the most vulnerable members of our society, regardless of the effect on our natural resources. Even if we went by the most radical proposals in Washington, which are to actually double our immigration to 2 million a year, which would totally overwhelm our physical, natural, and social infrastructures, we couldn't make a noticeable difference. And we may be really hurting the impoverished people of the world because the million that we do take are among the most energetic, often the better educated, certainly the most dissatisfied people that if they did not immigrate would be the agents for change to improve the lot of all the people in these countries. The true heroes in the global humanitarian field are the people in these countries who have the wherewithal to immigrate to another country, but instead stay in their countries to apply their skills to help their fellow countrymen. Unfortunately, our immigration system tends to entice these very type of people to abandon their countrymen. The impossibility of making even a dent is actually worse than it looks here. Because last year, when we took 1 million immigrants, these countries added, births over deaths, 80 million more people into the impoverished population. And this year, Congress is bringing in 1 million legal immigrants. And this year, according to the United Nations, these countries are expected to add another 80 million people. And next year, you can be quite sure that Congress, unless stopped by the American voters, will bring in another 1 million immigrants. And these countries, unfortunately, will be adding another 80 million people into these impoverished nations. We could take 5 million a year, but we'd never get ahead of what's happening in these countries. Not in this century. Don't you see? Immigration can never be an effective or significant way to deal with the suffering people of the world. They have to be helped where they live. 99.9% of them will never be able to immigrate to a rich country. There's no hope for that. They have to bloom where they're planted. The only place that 99.9% of these people can be helped is where they live. Let's help them there.
I'm very sure if you missed anything from that video, certainly not the aspects of it that highlight the peculiar challenges we are up against here in Africa. All right, let's move on to our discussion for today. We're looking at the history of petrol scarcity in the country. I mean, it's been a long time coming with petrol scarcity, black market, long queues, arbitrary prices, and so on and so forth. What exactly are the factors responsible for all this? Who's supposed to take responsibility, and what should we be doing as a country, as an economy, to address this all-important issue, especially in the 21st century where, I mean, you can't do so much without availability of petrol. I mean, a situation where some persons are even scared to establish a business in Nigeria just because they are not even sure of power in the first instance. It becomes a problem. Then for those who think, okay, plan B should be maybe alternative source of power, which is generator. Yes, you can find fuel to power your generators, so you can push your business at least one notch higher every day. It becomes an entirely different challenge in itself. So we're looking at all of these factors on the show today. I'm joined by Leo Ibagwa. He happens to be the Public Relations Officer of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Edo State Chapter. Many thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Let's start from creating a perspective to this whole problem of petrol scarcity. I mean, at some point, it will appear Nigerians are now used to it. How did we find ourselves in this quagmire, someone will say?
Oh, it's really a quagmire. Petrol scarcity is as old as the industry. You know, if you look way back when the industry was established, actually we had fewer cars, you know, few persons using generator, and most of the probably vehicle then was diesel, you know, heavy-duty vehicles. But, you know, as, you know, the country began to expand and births begin to grow, you know, the young ones begin to buy cars, and, you know, you begin to have increase in automobile. So with that, you know, we begin to experience this petroleum scarcity because of, you know, so many cars and so many generators, due to the fact that you know, the electricity itself is not even helping issues. So most of these products that were supposed to be used for to power our cars are now being used domestically in our homes to run our generators. So in the real sense, you know, it's as old as the industry itself. But it's so fortunate that, you know, the government on its own, you know, was unable to follow the trend, you know, because when you have population, the next thing you do is begin to build towards it. You know, it will interest you to know that most of the refineries that we have in the country, some of them is way back 30 years old. And if you can imagine, at that time the refineries were set up, nobody envisaged, you know, the kind of population Nigerians will be now. As of today, I think Nigeria has a population of about 150 to 170 million.
In fact, a World Bank report says 180.
Thank you. So you can imagine that, and more than half of that population today are using cars, and not only that, you know, they are also using this petroleum product for their domestic use.
And even domestic
so
use.
This is one of the causes.
I think there's a striking point in what you just said in the last 2 minutes or so when you talked about refineries.
Yes.
I mean, the last time we checked, we had 4. I think 2 in Port Harcourt, one in Warri, and there's the 4th one in Kaduna. And some people have said, why don't we fix these refineries? I mean, we make it look like rocket science to fix these refineries. Conversely, just 2 days ago, we're told by the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum that it's cheaper to refine crude overseas than to do so locally. Some experts have a problem with that. What do you think is wrong with that statement?
He's not wrong. The fact is that he's already retracing his steps back to the former President Jonathan, you know, when he was doing most of the refining of the product outside the country. It will interest you to know that even the Western world these days, they kind of shift their businesses to where they pay less labor, you know, where you have less production. You know, so almost every country these days, you know, put that in priority, you know, whereby you'll be able to pay your workers less and achieve more productivity. So what Kachiko has said, I think is very right. You know, President Jonathan was doing that, though he was being criticized for it, you know, by the other governments, you know, I mean, the other political party, that why would he do the same? The point is that actually there are, the effect on that is that there are job loss, There are job lost, and there are some byproducts which are also lost as well.
That is when you refine overseas.
When you refine overseas, you know, a lot of our persons who are supposed to work in the industries, they now lose their job, and the byproducts that are supposed to be some of the petroleum products that goes with it, you also lose it to those foreign countries. So those are the effects of those refining products outside the country.
And some partners have also talked about sincerity of purpose on the part of government, where 1 minute you're told that a particular refinery in Warri is now working, it's producing and so capacity, then a week or two down the line, you hear that it has packed up again. And it will appear there's the whole thing is shrouded in secrecy. What exactly is the government not doing right now that we should be doing?
What the government is not doing right was what President Obasanjo did many years ago. Sold or rather distributed to the populace was these independent petroleum marketers. Bear in mind, before then, you know, there were these multinationals. But as time goes by, you know, the influence that is coming up from the government quarters into this industry is overbearing, and the key players as of today are already at the background, and there's just nothing they can do. So actually, I think it's high time the government revisit this petroleum industry. And also the profit margin. The profit margin is not helping issues, and this profit margin is actually what is causing all these sharp practices. You know, people want to circumvent the laws and, you know, try to go behind and get products and see how best, you know, you can.
A lot of corner cutting happening.
That's
Let's look at the fact that some industry analysts have called for reforms in the oil sector. And they say one way we can make that happen as a country is to ensure that the PI bill is passed as quickly as possible. How instrumental will the PIB be eventually if it's passed to the sector?
Of course, the moment the petroleum industry bill is passed, I think the first beneficiary is the host community. The host community will definitely benefit a lot. And in as much that they are also benefiting, it's also going to create jobs for the host community as well, because they are also going to take charge of monitoring the pipeline products that passes through their domain. So when that bill is passed, there's a whole lot that is the advantage that will come in. And also is the local content bill, you know, that it will also help in helping the independent indigenous marketers to establish in the industry, because as it is now, the government is giving priority to the major marketers these are foreign companies, which the government is giving priority to. But the moment that petroleum industry bill is passed, the indigenous marketers will definitely have a key, you know, they will definitely be a key player. It's like when you are wooing an investor. If an investor come into the country, the first thing to do is to meet with the indigenous businessmen that are here, and the next thing they have to team together. But a situation whereby the government, first of all, relies on the international businessmen, you know, before you think of your indigenous business persons, then it's not the best. So I actually know that the moment that bill is passed, the petroleum industry is no longer going to be the same.
We can't pretend. We can't pretend like we are not noticing that there's an agency called the PPPRA, the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency.
Very well.
All right. And when you have scarcity like this, where you have queue after queue from fuel station to fuel station, and you have prices not balanced across board, one fuel station is selling for 135, another person buys for 150, another one is selling for 120, yet you have the so-called official pump price of 86 naira. It makes you want to question whether or not the PPPRO is effective in its duty.
They can only monitor their products. The PPRA can only monitor their products that are allocated to you. Say, for instance, product is allocated to your station, and it comes from a government depot. They can only monitor that is the product you are supposed to sell at government approved rate. But a product that is being sourced elsewhere, you know, cannot be sold.
You will be at liberty as an independent marketer to fix your price.
Well, you are not at liberty. This is where the problem is. In a while ago, I talked about the profit margin.
Yes.
You know, the profit margin and the allocation of the products. A situation you see now that from January to date, most persons, probably I would say the major marketers and the mega stations, are the one getting the products often, you know, and the independent marketers are not getting as much as expected, you know, to their stations. And at the end of the day, they need to pay their tax, they need to look after their family, they also need to keep themselves. So all they need to do is to go around, you know, sourcing for products. And as at the time they lay their hands on this product, you discover that it's no longer at a government approved rate. They've gotten this product probably at about 100 naira or 120 naira above pump price. Then you also know that every businessman is out there to make profit. You know, they also have to think of their own customers within them, you know, because definitely this business is community service as well. So there are so many things you put into place, and at the end of the day, you come up with a certain margin and said, okay, let's do business this way. But the problem is mainly the government problem, because if they have focused on the independent petroleum marketers, you know, as it were, because if you look at the numbers of petrol stations we have in the country, it will interest you to know that more than 90% of the petrol stations are owned by the independent petroleum marketers. And when you continue to supply this product, hardly for independent marketers to divert their product. They will definitely take that product to their station and sell them. The highest they could do is probably to sell above pump price, just because of the profit margin, which we'll be talking about. Because when I got my bulk purchase, you know, I was supposed to get product from Benin Depot, and other marketers as well. We have about 300 marketers in Benin Depot
who are supposed to get from Benin Depot.
Who are supposed to get product from Benin Depot. And alternatively, when there is no product in Benin Depot, you go to Warri Depot to get it. Then there is a cost margin, extra cost. So when these are building, you discover that you can no longer get the normal government profit margin that was given to you, because you've gone X depot to get this product.
You now have to factor in that difference.
You have to factor in that difference. So when you do that, you now discover that you can no longer sell at government approved rate.
Yeah.
So this has always been the problem, and time after time, most of us has always, you know, brought this issue forward. That, you know, check the cost of this transportation and build it in, so that at the end of the day, you don't find this kind of racketeer going on, so that marketers who goes outside depot, X depot to get product can sell at a certain rate and make profit. It will interest you to know that sometime 3 years ago, the product was about 1.something million to get a product. And that same cost of petroleum product today, the same quantity, is what you are buying today at 2.5, 2.7 million. And the profit remains the same. The interest you pay to the bank is getting higher, the profit you are making is going down, and you are just where you are. So there is a lot of things that are wrong in the industry, which the federal government actually have to sit down with the marketers and let's trash this out.
It will appear you have situated the problem with the government, but again, over time we have seen so much of bulk passing within this industry. At some point, the NNPC, for example, will tell you we have done our bits. Actually, the public is just being caught up in what they call panic buying. Is panic buying a factor in the current scarcity of petrol we're experiencing at the moment?
Panic buying has nothing to do with this. When you don't panic buy for a week, you don't panic buy for 2 months, you don't panic buy for 2 weeks. You know, it has nothing to do with panic buying. The truth of the matter is that the government just need to be sincere to the people. They need to tell the people the truth. You don't play politics with economy. As a government official, every statement from you is a policy statement. And once you make such statement, it affects the economy. And when it comes to things like this, most especially in the oil industry, these are the engine room of the economy. And you don't, you know, try to deceive the people. Tell them the way it is, so that at the end of the day, they now know how to prepare for their business. It will interest you to know that last week, you know, my diesel engine got packed, and I needed to run my business with the petrol one. And I tell you, within few days, which I also run my own business with the petrol generator, it cost me more than what I'm using on diesel. So the issue of panic buying has nothing to do with this. I think the government has to be sincere to itself. They have to tell the people the truth, that the product is not there, because as we speak, the importation that is being done is done by the federal government itself. And you also know, whereby you have more than 15 to 20 private depots formally. And now you just have only the federal government doing importation of petroleum products, and the rest depots are just folding their hands on uncertainty in the economic industry. So nobody knows where the direction of the government. Nobody knows what to do. So that's where we are, and it has nothing to do with panic buying.
And you just alluded to the issue of policy on the part of government a while ago.
Yeah.
Is it as if we don't have the relevant policies as far as the petroleum industry is concerned, or we have policies that are not sustained in terms of implementation over time? Which of them is it?
I think we have policies that are not sustained. Most of our policies are not sustainable, and the implementation also is a problem. People who are expected to implement these policies, sometimes they are caught in the webs. You know, they becomes a part of the problems themselves. Not everything. Sometimes when you are sent on an errand, you don't expect to make profit from it. If you are saddled with a responsibility, does not mean that you must build a house from that position given to you. After all, you have a salary. I think it's always better to do the right thing. Nigerians have to have a different reattention to life, and we have to have a different reattention to government business. You know, this idea of I'm going there, I'm going to get something, is a problem. The same problem we have in the politics today. The moment you are elected into official, you know, people go to churches to do Thanksgiving. If they belong to the other religion, they go to their places to do Thanksgiving. It's not supposed to be so. You are a public servant. Now you are asked. You are saddled with a responsibility, and you are celebrating it. So that's the same way. The moment you are appointed into one of the oil industry, or probably you are now a worker in NNPC, you see people coming to meet you. How? You know, give me a location. And, you know, all these things are the problems.
So these are all tied to the current fuel scarcity we're experiencing too?
Very well. These are all tied to the current fuel scarcity we are experiencing.
So panic buying is not a factor already?
No, panic buying is not a factor at all, because the interference in the industry is enormous. It's so much. The interference.
I think we're going to take our time to talk about interference, political interference, that is, because we've been told severally about vested interest, political interest, personal interest, and how these factors also damage the industry over time. We'll talk about all this after this break. We've been talking basically about the current fuel scarcity that's been biting very hard for a number of weeks right now. The fact that you have queues actually characterizing several fuel stations across this country. The role of government, what the government ought to be doing about this, and whether or not there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I've been joined in the last 15-20 minutes by Louis Bagwa. He's the Public Relations Officer of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Edo State Chapter. We'll shoot the discussion a little further after this break. Please stay with me. With so much happening all around us on a daily basis, you need that one trusted and authoritative medium that allows you report newsworthy stories using picture and video formats. Eyewitness on independent television is the place to put the word out. Simply take pictures or record video clips of events all around you and send via BBM or WhatsApp. Storytelling will never remain the same again. Watch Eyewitness on independent television every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eyewitness on independent television. Stories as they happen. All right, thank you for staying with me on Business This Week. We've been talking about the current petrol scarcity in the country. Let's just look at it a little further. Political interference, all right, in the industry. Is it not possible for a country like Nigeria, an emerging economy as they call us, to strike a clear distinction between politics and business? Because the oil business is real business. Is it not possible to strike that balance?
It's the easiest thing. And I think it's the best thing that will ever happen to this country. If they can separate the politics from business. And this is where the problem also is. People do this with impunity. And those also that are saddled with the responsibility of checkmating those two, probably like EFCC and the rest, does not also do their job. Because when you, for instance, you don't need to be corrupt. Collecting money does not make a corruption alone. When you influence a contract, it's corruption. And when you also try to, one way or the other, leave your own responsibility and interference also is also corruption. So, and this is what we are seeing in this country so far. There's a lot of interference from the political elite into the economic industry of this country, most especially the oil industry. If you go to the depot manager's table, or if you go to the area manager's office, probably the minister himself, if you go there now, the numbers of letters, the numbers of complimentary cards that are there on his table, it will surprise you. And these complimentary cards and letters and offer letters are coming from people who are not in the oil industry. They all need to be serviced. They all need one way or the other to get from the... If you need a product, go and build a filling station and be part of the petroleum marketers. So the thing is that until we begin to separate these kind of things, this country will never move forward. And this is where we have problem. Now, a man who is a fisherman is given an allocation of petroleum product. And he gets this 33,000 liters. He has no petrol station to take it to. If this product is given to him at government-approved price, he turns back to you and sells this product to you. And when he's selling it to you, he's not going to sell it to you at the rate that you can sell at...
the approved pump price.
No, he won't, because definitely his brother or his uncle or his auntie has given him an offer. Take this for your... Then he also want to make a little thing out of it. So at the end of the day, you are taking this product to your station to sell above pump price. So the interference in the industry is actually what is killing the petroleum industry.
This interference, just looking at the way you analyzed it a while ago, is it not an indictment on the monitoring process from the authorities, regulatory authorities, that is?
It's an indictment on them. They also know. They are aware. They are aware of what's going on. So
there's some compromise.
But will I say compromise? Compromise is too big a word. Not compromise. I think the something there is that nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to stick his neck out and say, you know what, enough is enough. This thing is no longer going to, we no longer accept this. It's taking responsibility, not compromise. Compromise is just too small a word for that. Somebody have to step up. Somebody have to say, you know what, enough is enough. These things can no longer continue to go this way. If you are in this industry, if you are a politician, your duty is to play the politics. If you are a senator or you are a House of a rep member, your duties are just law making and bill passing, focused on that. And that has nothing to do with whatever committee you are put into does not mean that petroleum product will be used to settle you at that committee, because we've seen it and it's there. It's very clear that, if you belong to the petroleum committee or whatever, at the end of the day, the cars are flying to the petroleum ministers, give us something to run our committee. So were you set up, were your committee set up for that? So these are the things. Somebody somewhere has to rise up to the task and say, you know what, enough is enough. And somebody has to take responsibility. Because
sorry, let me bump in on here. We're seeing stories on the news where fuel stations get sealed because they say they are either holding products or they are selling at the approved pump price. Is that the only consequence there is to selling at, above the approved price or just holding products? Is that where it ends? You just seal the fuel station and we're done?
No, actually, that's where it ends. When you seal the fuel station, definitely there are penalties that goes with it.
Okay. Like what are the specific penalties that go with it?
Oftentimes they try to find out if that product is from the government depot. If the product is from the government depot, and you are selling above pump price, there are fixed charges. There are charges for it.
That you compulsorily will pay? That
you definitely pay to the federal government. It's only when you get that product from the private depot, which is not from the government depot, they might probably tell you, leave this product, sell the government one first before you start with your old one, which is often what has always taken place in the past. When you go to private depot to buy a product, probably you just bought a product the day before yesterday, and today you got your supply from the federal government depots. All you needed to do was to stop selling the one you bought from the private depot, which you have been selling probably above pump price, and begin to sell that one which you got from the government depot. And the moment that one is exhausted, then you can now go back to your other sales. But the truth of the matter here is that, like I've been saying, people have to take responsibility. Things have to change. And the government too needed to focus on the profit margin. This is where the problem is. You cannot take 2.something million, 3 million to trade, and your profit is just nothing. Just nothing.
I think from what you have said so far, it sounds all pleasant when you say, in the case of a particular petrol station getting products from maybe a non-government depot, all right, selling over the above the approved pump price, all right. Then of course the monitoring agency comes and says, hey, you put a hold on selling the one you got from a non-government depot, start selling the one you got from a government depot. The question is, that's an instruction, obviously, like a directive.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some mechanism, toward monitoring that directive to ensure that it is implemented to the letters. Who takes responsibility for that part?
They do. The Department of Petroleum Resources, DPRO.
Okay,
they do. DPRO, they always go around. They make sure that you comply, and if they put a seal, they also send a monitoring team to check the seal. If you remove the seal, they also sanction you. You pay those money to government account before they remove their seal. So once directives like that are given, marketers don't joke with DPRO. They are the police of the petroleum industry. Anything that has to do with DPRO, marketers don't joke with it. It's actually taken very, very seriously. Most times you might go there to plead your case. It takes you a week, 2 weeks. You keep going. They stress you out. So it's actually a wrong thing to fall into their hands of the DPRO.
I think there's another issue that one cannot just overlook. The issue of the black market, as they call it. All right. Some persons have said black markets as a concept and, in fact, a practice has further encouraged this fuel scarcity. Is there any arrangements to curtail these guys who actually trade in the black market?
I think actually the fault is from the federal government. If you look everywhere now, you discover that the whole process started when they begin to have these surface tanks that are selling kerosene. That was where the whole thing becomes something else. In a place whereby you have numbers of petrol stations, you are also licensing, if they are licensed anyway, these surface tanks to sell petrol. To sell kerosene. So with that, some of them took it as a yardstick, to begin to hoard 1 or 2 petroleum products within that area. And today, black market is everywhere. And the government needed to come out come out hard, and actually that is the responsibility of the DPRO, the Department of Petroleum Resources. They have to come out hard because those people, they have no license to sell such product. And not only that, these persons also don't pay tax. Taxes are supposed to be paid on all these products. So if you hawk these products along the street or along the road, where is your tax receipt? And at the end of the year, who do you pay your tax to? So where do you take your tax from? So the federal government in there to come out and come out big. And also this allocation of products too. I've also at a time argued that the method of taxation of marketers is wrong. This kind of flat rate,
like one size fits all.
Of course, that's right.
Okay.
It's just too bad, because it will interest you to know that. Let me just say since the beginning of the year, because if I say last year, it will sound funny to you, but that is the truth. Since last year, I also know that there are some petrol stations which have not even loaded one product, probably petrol or even diesel.
What could be responsible for that?
That's what that's the issue. It becomes a situation of influence. I'm close to this. I'm close to this. It becomes when you are supposed to get your allocation, you don't get. Say, infighting in Ipman. That's why I said the infighting in Ipman has actually brought division among the marketers. And some of us has actually also say it's high time we all come together and put aside all those differences. And what is actually the difference? The difference is that, like we've just talked about, if, for instance, there is scarcity now, and you alone continue to get this product, then
it will be one-sided.
It's one-sided.
But in all of this, do you see light at the end of the tunnel quickly?
For the scarcity?
Yes, for the scarcity. I mean, getting out of this current scarcity.
My prayer is that the federal government should return to the past.
Okay.
Much as it worked for the past regime, it doesn't matter who brought this policy. I think what matters is that Nigerians are getting value for their money. The economy is in better position, and that's just the only way out. A situation whereby we continue to run the system this way, I think we'll be where we are.
All right. Thank you, Leo Bagwa, for spending time with us on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We've been talking about the fuel scarcity, the current one. We've looked at several factors responsible, institutional, government-related, and what, of course, the people should also be aware of as far as petrol products is concerned, especially petroleum. And my guest today has not also failed to situate a part of the blame with the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, an organization where he is the PRO at the state level here in Edo State. I've been talking with Mr. Leo Ibagwa. He's the PRO IPMAN Edo State. And today we've learned that, of course, there's light at the end of the tunnel if government does what it ought to do. And, of course, the people get to have a reorientation as to how they perceive things that have to do with
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Praise God. Kingsley Wong is my name, Senior Pastor of Renewal Evangelical Ministry. I want to invite you for Praise and Prophetic Night 2016. Theme as it is in heaven. And the date, Friday, March 18th, 2016. And the time is 7 p.m. till dawn. It's an all night. Our guest artist this year, Mr. and Mrs. K. Yamu. Brother Ima and Lazarus. The pillars. Our forces are ready to bring you and to take you back. And the venue, International Worship Center, Wonderland Prayer City, kilometer 12, Old Benin, Abolo, by Arusisi Junction, before bypass, Igbenilo Porters, Igobayu, Benin City. I'll be preaching, I'll be prophesying. I tell you, want to give him back what belongs to him. In Jesus' name.
Do for Libya before I come become driver for you here. We sabi the road. Now so the road sabi us.
Once we move, until they see our back. Journey of 3 hours. Now 1 hour will take the runner. Oga come make with
you. Fail. Next. Father.
You know see how this cut and this time where Oga give us fight. If your family follow us travel, then go watch film and listen to music tire. As we dey dance Anzoto for television, that's how our boss dey dance Anzoto for road. Whether gallop or no gallop, oh yeah, make we dey go Oga.
You fail. Next.
For Meos and Motors, now safety of all our passengers be number one. We dey make sure say we use new motor and driver we qualify carry our passengers reach where them they go. You sabi say many of our road no good. We dey take extra care drive for safety and comfort of our passengers.
Correct. Safety first. Safety first. Amelsa Motors. Now you Biko. Carry go.
Amelsa carry me go.
Amelsa Motors as lion be king of forest. Now so Amelsa Motors be king of the road. Bam.
In our contemporary world of diseases, poverty, exploitation, and all shades of crime, women, youths, and children are the most vulnerable. As such, they need to be empowered through information, vocational training, and education. They also need a heart-to-heart, voluntary counseling and testing to combat the scourge of the HIV/AIDS pandemic. Life skills training that will positively change their future and destiny. The underprivileged need a scholarship trust fund to enable them achieve their goals, and health education, library and games to help build a sound body and better mind. This bulk of children, however, cannot afford all these necessities. So we lend a helping hand by giving this quality training and support. Media Renaissance, restoring hope and dignity to humanity.
Canaan Deliverance Ministry International Incorporated World Liberation Center present 5 days national all night. Theme: Cross the Red Sea. Tag: Stop the Stopper. And the venue of this program is Church Auditorium, opposite house number 32, the Limit Road, behind Nat Driving School, off Sapele Road, Benin City. And the date is Monday 18th to Friday 22nd, April 2016. Men of God will be there to minister the word of God. Apostle Sam Okpe, all the way from Lagos.
Hello, Sam Okpe is my name, and I'm privileged to be Senior Pastor of Fresh Oil Ministries, Lagos, Nigeria, and also the CEO of Fresh Oil TV. I will be in the city of Benin with my host evangelist, receive your word, Iyamo. The power of God will be moving.
Reverend J.T. Franklin will also be there. Samson will be there to render the song. And the host, Evangelist Silver West Iyamu, will also be there. All the stoppers in your business, in your life, in your marriage will stop in this program.
This story of us.
Don't talk to me like
that.
That
the kids have to go to their classes?
And so what? Can't I touch my children?
And so what? Well, I'm paying their fees.
I am not your slave and I'm not your daughter.
I never said you're my daughter.
So don't talk to me like that. Show some respect.
Men expect women to think, communicate, and react the way men do. Women expect men to feel, communicate, and respond the same way women do. We are forgetting that men and women are supposed to be different. As a result, our relationships are filled with unnecessary friction and conflict. This is the story of us, a story that tells our stories, a therapy for our relationships. Join us as we tell the story, your story, my story, and our stories. The story of us.
So, you like the flavor?
Yes, it's creamy.
Darling, your food is ready.
Hey, you see your mother? You better be quick or else she's going to have the larger part of it.
I'm not even going to allow anybody to share this with me.
What about me?
No, you can have everything.
Thank you, my daughter. That's why I like you.
Dad, I like you too, and when I grow up, I promise to take care of you and mommy.
Thank you, my love.
Don't you believe me, Dad?
Oh, I believe you. I believe every word that comes out of your mouth. Listen, you're my hope and future. And that's why your mom and I are making sure that you become very successful in life.
I know that, and I promise to make you guys proud.
Well, you can only do that if you put your studies first and become a good girl in school.
Yes, Dad. I think I have an assignment. Dad, do you know what makes an ethical individual?
Becoming an ethical individual. Okay, I'm going to share with you 4 critical steps that I learned from my father, which has been working for me.
I'd like to know.
Okay. 1, you have to make deliberate decisions to change your mindset and actions. 2, you have to develop a code of conduct, a personal code of conduct.
Code of conduct? What's that?
A code of conduct is intended to be a central guide and reference for individuals in their day-to-day decision making.
That's interesting.
3, you need to identify with someone who will hold you accountable. Because someone who is intending to lead a life of integrity must have champions, mentors, and critics who he or she trusts to guide him or her.
Daddy, you're my mentor.
Mr. and Miss Integrity, could you please bring your integrity down to this table and eat this food now?
Yes, ma. Thank you for the food.
Better.
Baby girl, come and join me on the table.
No, thank you, Daddy. I'll be with you shortly. Let me just
Oh, come on. Come.
Sir, I want you to advise me on a critical issue.
Okay, go on, madam.
Could you believe that some students usually come to beg for Gary after the light out?
Gary?
Yes.
Gary? For what?
That is what is bothering me too. But at first, I thought it was a child's play.
Okay.
But do you know that they keep increasing in numbers every day?
So that means the students' Gary intake has increased.
Yes, but you know, as a mother...
As a mother, do you still want to keep your job?
Yes.
You want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the best thing for you to do is to make a written report to the school authorities so they can start making their findings before the auditors send you a memo.
You mean I should put it into writing?
Put it into spelling. Yes, put it into writing.
But don't you think I could be using my own ends to dig my grave?
All right, this is it. You've used this wisdom so far to know the truth. Use this same wisdom to save your job. Simple. So stop it, then save your job.
I think that is a better option.
Okay. Now, don't forget that it is this same school students that you're trying to help. They will go paste it on the school board that the school's kitchen supervisor is a merciful giver.
God have mercy. Anyway, a little advice is enough for the wise.
All right, so be wise, all right?
Wisdom is what I need to apply.
Have a good... I like your glasses.
Thank you, sir. Wisdom is needed when one's emotional eyes are about to overshadow one's official responsibility. Wisdom is then profitable.
It's the story of love.
Honey, that is to tell you how bad our value system is. I mean, youths of nowadays see every situation as an opportunity. Yes. You should have seen the way they ran away when they saw me coming the second time. Yes, they took to their heels. I'm glad you understand. It could happen to anybody. Yes. It is well, oh. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks, love. Bye.
Mom, I think you're taking this.
Hey, Titi, please.
Mommy, I need your happiness. You can take my own and use it until you can afford to.
Thank you, my son.
Mommy, you can take my own too.
I don't need your phone. I don't need your phone. I don't need your phone.
Mom.
Thank you. I'm so happy for you guys. You always make me happy.
Babe, are you alright?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
What? Okay. So, why haven't you been picking my calls?
The same way you abandoned me for your daughter.
If mothers do not learn how to grow up, then funding for growth policy should be added to the Federal Republic supplementary budget. My dear, grow up. Grow up!
Ebuka, balance. When we talk about balancing situation, real men knows how to do that better. A handful of thanks to our leaders. Some men cannot even govern their family. Not to talk of the whole nation. Ebuka, real men knows how to balance situations.
Past stories of yesteryears. No, okay, what do you know about relationships? I mean, any little issue, you expect me to come and beg you? You can stand there for all I care.
Come here, Mr. Man. Say, I am your wife. And what relationship deserves is mutual understanding. You know what? Real men don't command respect. They earn it, Ebuka, they earn it.
My dear, if by now you cannot appreciate your husband for showing love to your daughter as much as he loves you, then too bad.
Ebuka, that is if the man that is talking about love really knows the definition of love himself.
Wait. I hope it's not what I've been thinking.
That's if what you're thinking is universal, sir.
Wait, tell me, are you jealous of your daughter?
You can ask that again. Excuse me.
A mother is equating herself with her daughter. The world is indeed coming to an end.
Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it?
You see, the story of Nigeria is like the story of my life, you know. See, when I was in the military, many things happened with my sisters. Also, my life as a truck driver is like map of Nigeria. Different section, different experiences.
Wow. Well, I must leave now. I have lots of things to do in the kitchen.
Alice. I think my stomach need your help.
Your stomach?
Honestly,
how do you mean?
I'm seriously hungry. Honestly.
Hey, it's simple now. Go and eat. Food is the only solution to your problem. Find something to eat, my brother.
You are the minister of food now, enjoyment. Anything you give, your brother will accept now, you know now.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll take care of you. Come to my house in the evening. I have soup and eba.
At least, cold or hot?
What kind of question is that one now? Cold, of course. Leftover from 3 days ago.
Old Lagos, you make me remember old Lagos when we used to eat 6 days leftover of eba. You see, the eba will have grown some molds. You see, we usually use our hand to remove it like this and settle down with the eba. You make me remember old Lagos. Okay.
We shall see later in the evening. Beg, let me work for my money.
Alice. Hey, come. I'll wait for you at the security post, you know.
For what now? Don't put me to trouble, please. If you want food, go and buy.
Hey, ebi mama deo, nibo nongbe toka nile yi ebide.
It's the story of love. How can I tell it? We should tell it together. You and I, beautiful story of a beautiful life. We can tell it together. It's the story of us. Sometimes I'm cold, sometimes I'm sad. You and I is not always as sweet as it sounds. Sometimes I'm mad, sometimes I even cry. But you see, that's what makes the story of us. Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it? We should tell it together. Together. You and I. Oh, beautiful story of a beautiful life. Of a beautiful life. We can tell it together. We can tell it together. It's the story of us. Despite the gloomy days, we still love and laugh. Love can heal all pains. It's what makes us strong as a family. Joy and unity. It's our story. It's the story of us. Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it? We should tell it together. We can tell it together. You and I. You and I. Beautiful story. Beautiful story of a beautiful life. Of a beautiful life.
I can smell it from the kitchen. Good food has no other name than good.
It depends on who's talking.
Good food is universal.
No, I disagree. African dishes are for us, and continental cuisines are for the whites. What's good here might be a poison at the other end.
You're right. I need more strength to finish this battle.
Senior consumer of the Southwest region.
Don't even go there. I thank God for good health. There are some people paying heavily for multivitamin so that they can increase their appetite.
Well, good food comes on the dining table. Don't forget to do your assignment too.
Concentration makes up when the stomach is carefully taken care of.
Okay.
Good food, good thinking.
I agree.
Mr. Man, please. I beg you in the name of God. I don't want your problem tonight. Just let me be, okay?
Here, can't I say good night to my wife?
Oh, I'm sorry. Good night, darling.
Melody. Melody. Mama Increase. Listen, if there's anything we need to discuss, just talk to me. It's not healthy going to bed with grudges in one's heart.
Hey, Ebuka! What? Ebuka, leave me alone. Please, just let me sleep.
Yay. Well, anyway, there's no need discussing with a woman who values no peace. I've tried to be a good father. I've tried to show love to my family and express good gestures to my household. And where has that taken me to? Look, Ebuka, I think you're a good father. Yes, and a marvelous husband. If no one is going to encourage you, then you will encourage yourself. Yeah. Some people will not know the value of what they have until they lose it.
This story of ours.
Oh, see, Increase. Now your mother is becoming rude and it's very disappointing.
Increase, your father is not man enough to take charge of situations.
No, stop insulting me!
You to stop insulting me!
Why should you insult me in front of my daughter? What's wrong with you?
She's my daughter.
Who are you to come
Stop
and
insulting me!
I'm talking
Stop
to you.
insulting me! And stop.
Making a story is telling a story. This story of ours. Not only do men and women communicate differently, but they think, feel, perceive, react, respond, love, need, and appreciate differently. This story of ours. They almost seem to be from different planets, speaking different languages, and needing different nourishments. This story of ours.
It's the story of love. Story. How can I tell it? We should tell it together.
Sometimes I'm cold, sometimes I'm sad. You and I is not always as sweet as it sounds. Sometimes I'm mad, sometimes I even cry. But you see, that's what makes the story of us. Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it? We should tell it together. Together. You and I. Oh, beautiful story. Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it? We should tell it together. Together. You and I. Oh, beautiful story of a beautiful life. Of a beautiful life. We can tell it together. We can tell it together. It's the story of us. Despite the gloomy days, we still love and laugh. Love can heal all pains. It's what makes us strong as a family. Joy and unity. It's our story. It's the story of us. Life is a story. Life is a story. How can I tell it? How can I tell it? We should tell it together. We can tell it together.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Hello people, Premium friends in Brano High School.
A serene and cozy environment, state-of-the-art facilities. Brano High School, Benin City is the right educational citadel for your child or ward. Have you been in search of the right place for your child to be groomed into a total child? Search no more. Brano High School, Benin City is the place to be.
Academically, I rate myself above 80 because I can stand my peers.
In Brano, in success.
I'm a proud pupil of Brano High School.
We're at number 66 Otorive Street off Okoro Road, Benin City. Brano High School. Knowledge is light.
Brano is school for every child.
My name is Aliobinu Maram Elfoy. I'm a 500 level medical student of the Benin University Okada.
I'm Long Life Okorohuwe.
I'm Miss Sarah Daniels.
I am Ime Clinton Okon.
My name is Maureen Okeke. I'm a 500 level law student of the Benin University Okada.
My name is Iguno Hawaku from the College of Pharmacy, 500 level Benin University.
Benin University Okada, the giants that break giants. For admission into the 2016-2017 academic session, log on to www.iucada.edu.ng. Post-UTME screening holds on Saturday, 23rd of April 2016 at 10 a.m. For further inquiries about application procedure and the post-UTME screening exercise, please call the admission officer on 070-329-24219 or the public relation officer on 080-379-37287 or 080-521-47039. Signed, Edwin Okoro, Registrar.
For Libya before I come become driver for you here. We sabi the road. Now so the road sabi us. Once we move, until they see our back. Journey of 3 hours. Now 1 hour we take the run out. Oga come make with you fail. Next. Father, you know see how this cut and this time where Oga give us fine. If your family follow us travel, then go watch film and listen to music tire. As we dey dance Anzoto for television, that's how our boss dey dance Anzoto for road. Whether gallop or no gallop, oh yeah, make we dey go Oga.
You fail. Next. For Meos and Motos, now safety of all our passengers be number one. We dey make sure say we use new motor and driver we qualify carry our passengers reach where them they go. You sabi say many of our road no good. We dey take extra care drive for safety and comfort of our passengers.
Correct! Safety first. Safety first. Amelsa Motors. Now you, Biko. Carry go!
Amelsa, carry me go.
Amelsa Motors as lion be king of forest. Now so, Amelsa Motors be king of the road. Bam!
When all the